Let's get some more whiskey.
The truth serum.
Jamie, can you pass me that bottle, please? Oh, that was a big save.
Jamie, me. I'm just leave this over here. You pour your own serving.
Hell yeah.
You're an adult.
I don't even need a cup.
That's it.
I don't even need a cup.
Let's run it.
Alright, so I didn't set up the record thing, so just once we get rolling on this.
Just pour a little in the glass and put it back out here, and then just like
Make the most annoying noises the whole.
Alright, so now I think I have a new problem I gotta deal with.
This one's on.
That one has to have a memory card in there for it to work.
There's one right here. Oh, there's an adapter.
Yeah, so let me take this thing out.
Cool.
It's weird. It needs a memory card just to stream.
Well, it's weird because it doesn't, that camera's not recording at all. It's just on.
It's just streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It needs a memory card just to stream because it's like, well, it's not saving anything. Who wants to save this mug?
Format that card right there real quick. Where'd that holder go? What'd you do to get this to work?
I just clicked on it. It was sleeping.
Never sleep. Not even if there's a fire.
So is this this pad set up?
Yeah. Switch. Influencers in the wild over here.
Oh, fuck.
Look, you'll see
Comment.
it on there. You'll see it whenever it changes.
He's got you on there now.
no.
All right, so all these are working. Okay. My mic's working.
Is there a way you can make me skinnier?
Yeah, that's
Can
supposed
kinda
to.
If I knew how to do
Kinda wide.
that, don't you think I would be skinnier?
Yeah, that was so loud.
Whisper.
Hey, so try to just.
Like a fist?
Yeah, you don't have to like put it in your fucking mouth or anything.
Yeah.
But just make sure it's there when you're talking.
I don't want to breathe in it.
Yeah.
Do I spit the gum out? Be over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody likes that. All right, so I think we're good to go.
Your honey whiskey
We'll,
looks good.
we'll
in
start
front of you.
getting comments eventually, and I can actually type in or reply or whatever. So we have 2 viewers currently.
Oh, what are those losers doing?
Probably
Saturday.
half of the 4 people that were viewing originally.
It's Saturday. Why don't you people out?
We just lost one of them though, right after you said that.
What are you losers doing? I'm fucking logging out.
Guess they're going to do something
If
now.
you think about it, most people don't like. I don't really watch live streams ever.
Yeah.
But it's recording live, so basically once we finish, it'll just be the video up there. And
Yeah,
then people
they can
watch
go
it,
back
so.
and watch it.
I'm gonna talk shit to him right now. How awkward would it be just to sit there and like watch somebody live the whole time? Like, oh man, like I love you guys or some shit.
Should I do it?
I've done that, but not for. As I say, I've done that, but I can't do that for a podcast because these things go on,
No,
2-3
man.
hours. I
If
can
I'm-
do it for like a quick little video, or if they're doing like a raffle, or I'll do the live stream and watch it. But
If I'm just working, like riding down the road, I'll just throw it on. I mean, unless anybody at work's watching, I don't watch TV and drive.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a delay on the screen. So like,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
For cussing.
So you're literally you're able to watch yourself.
after you've already done
Yeah.
something,
Bang yourself.
Yeah. So once
Yeah.
you do something stupid and you regret it, just look up there and you can watch it again.
Right.
All right, cool.
Hit record.
Okay, we're live, recording.
We're recording now.
ooh,
Were we recording just then?
Is Jesse on it?
yeah, he's got his mic.
I got a mic on now.
He's plugged.
Well, let's welcome back to Jesse to the Fast Life Podcast.
That's what the people wanted.
It's been like 7 years.
That's what they wanted.
He's on his trial run.
He's back on probation.
See if he'll fall asleep on people's podcasts again.
Hey, alcohol is a hell of a
When's
thing.
the last time I fell asleep?
You fell asleep on Booster Brad's podcast.
Oh yeah, because we were fucking road tripping. I was exhausted.
Yeah, we're just there to do a job.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, man, this shit's tight.
Or like he'll be like texting his girlfriend the entire time. Like you're telling your life story of how you're getting there, and this dude's over here like this.
And that's why I got
All
fired.
passionate about it. And he's just, ooh, new
So
tweet.
he like chimes in. Did you say depression?
Hey, that was me. That was me 2 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
It's a new man around here. I'm trying to remember which one the intro was.
Seriously,
Top
can you
right,
just,
right?
Yeah, but you don't have to do it now.
Can
No, I
you
was trying to
just
remember.
trim off one of my chins? Just, that'd
Hey
be
man,
fine.
that's your fault.
I know.
Life on the road, though.
I sold my soul to
Look
drive
the
a
way you
truck.
look.
Yeah,
It's not easy.
It's hard around here.
she said.
Well, anyway, so welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the whiskey.
I've been talking about you for quite some time about like your partying antics.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you completely like a just a bad influence to every male that you know, basically? Is
Not just males. When I go home to Florida, it's funny. People like, I'm not home very often, maybe once every 2 months.
Yeah.
And people just know I'm in town because, like, they're showing up late for work. They're hungover for like 4 days. And Cody, Big Wheel Cody, and Franz just came to Florida with their wives and fiance, and they kind of got a glimpse of. All my friends were kind of like, dude, we don't look forward to when he comes home. Like, it takes us weeks to get back on track because of him. Like, so I just kind of have that influence on people.
That's kind of how I felt like, you know, because I think the first time that you came to Dallas after like this last year was the first camp, not this camp out, but the one before.
Mm-hmm.
So 2019 was the first
Yeah.
camp out you came of ours.
Yeah, the first big one, I believe.
Yeah, and then from that point on, it was basically you. You would just hit me up or like, hey man, I'm in Dallas. Like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
and then like the next time you're like, hey, I'm in Dallas again. It's like, dude, you're just here last week.
Yeah.
It's like
It's not cool
it
anymore.
lost its luster,
Yeah,
man.
still
and then I'm like,
hungover.
I can't fucking party like that every night. So it was a tough one.
I'm telling you, after they came to Florida, because we all know Big Wheel Cody's reputation with the partying, it took me weeks just to like have a beer again.
I saw
'cause I
the
was-
video
oh.
of you trying to put your flip flop on. Did you see that yet last night?
So we went to Clearwater, and then we had to Uber back.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're all not going to fit in an Uber, so I'll jump in the back hatchback. Well, my ass went to sleep, and my leg went to sleep, and I couldn't move. Turns out they had a seat up front, but I didn't realize it because I'm not good at counting. And I went to get out of the thing, and I can't feel my foot, and I couldn't get my flip-flop on, so Ashley's like putting it on for me, and it was like a miserable ride home, but we got through it.
There's a part of me that when I see like guys like when you guys were in Florida and shit like that, like there's a part of me that's like, fuck man, I want to be there doing that. But there's also the part of me that's like, I do not look forward to getting that fucked up all the time anymore.
Yeah.
I really feel like I got like a 10-year span of my life where like drinking is going to be a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm on the ass end of that where I don't want to say I'm going to quit drinking, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to have the energy to go balls to the wall.
See,
You know what I mean?
See, what you guys see is me going hard, but in reality, it's like twice a month. But it's like, because I'm always working. But
Just making
when
up
I
all
do
time.
go, I go. It's like,
Dude,
All
when
or nothing.
when we met up, the last time we saw each other was in
Yep.
what was it, Warrenton, Missouri.
yeah.
Right.
We went to your
Random as
signature
fuck.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah. So we shut down the Applebee's,
Mhm.
and dude, that was gonna be a nice, peaceful evening for me and Aaron.
Not if I'm there.
And then you show up, and next thing you know, we're at some bar down the street. I'm laying on the ground in the fucking bar.
Fell down at the bar.
That was the worst hangover I've probably had in about 2 years.
You were
Didn't
rough
throw
the next
up.
morning.
Didn't throw up. I managed to keep it together, but it took, because we were about to do the podcast with Bare Knuckle Paul afterwards. That morning, I was supposed to be there like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to do the podcast with him. We didn't like get there till like 12. And then my hangover was still kicking hard until like 1 o'clock. So
Right.
it was,
Luckily, we ran into Paul and
CW.
CW at the, what was that, Waffle House?
yeah.
And so you got to buy a little bit extra time to drink some energy drinks and kind of get over it. But I heard that podcast. You sounded fine. And I'm like, I can't believe you can function today. 'Cause I was driving with one eye all day that day.
It was funny because our buddy Tucker was here last night, and Tucker flies airplanes. Like, he works for, like, United Airlines or something like that. Knowing him now, like, as like a guy that knows a guy that drinks and parties like us, but he also has so many people's lives in his hands. It literally, like, kind of freaks me out a little bit. And it's like, and I was asking him last night, I was like, do you have the same kind of hardcore restrictions that, like, say Craig has for driving trucks? And he's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, I was like, first off, can you get, like, speeding tickets on your bike and shit, and does that affect your flying record?
It's good question.
And he's like, no, it doesn't affect you, but he said that you can actually get speeding tickets in the air.
Really?
Yeah, like when you're flying at certain altitudes, because everything is monitored through
like GPS and shit.
Something like that, like GPS.
I was gonna say I want to see those radar guns.
Yeah,
like in those.
It's like a
those
bazooka.
cop. Those,
well, apparently it's like at certain
planes.
altitudes, like because when you're coming in to fly, like they have it already. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I want to say those jets can do like at least 600 something miles an hour.
I think it's more.
I don't think
than
they
that.
break the sound barrier.
No, they definitely
No,
don't break the sound
no,
barrier.
they
That's
don't do that.
700
Not a
miles an hour.
commercial.
I think they're in the 6s though.
Yeah, they're 5 to 6s at least.
Yeah, I think I turned on my GPS ones.
Hey, do you want to record the video?
No,
Okay, so you just want to leave it off?
the audio's working. I don't want to fuck with it.
All right, and then where's that other window you wanted to pull up?
What window? Oh, the ATM.
Yeah,
It should be up there on the top right.
top right. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, that's weird about the plane tickets things because sometimes when you're flying and they always tell you, hey, we're getting into the destination a little earlier or ahead of schedule or whatever.
They
So
said a lot of that's due to the wind.
the
Yeah,
tailwinds. Yeah, if you get a
yeah.
tailwind, you definitely pick up speed. But then it seems like you'd be breaking that speed limit. I
Well,
don't know.
that's what was kind of weird to me about like just like the amount of like stress that you deal with like being a truck driver, and of course until I've known truck drivers growing up. I think my first kid's dad, I'm his first kid's dad. My first kid's mom's dad was a truck driver, right?
Wait,
but he drove locally,
Okay, yeah.
so he didn't like go on the road and stuff like that. But when the amount of shit that you got to deal with, man, like driving a truck and like you can't do this and then you can't get it. What is it? Every time we go somewhere, you're like, you'll do 9 over,
Yep.
but that's it. Like you
Yes,
said,
that was our-
depends
that was
where
our
we are.
Chipotle here.
If
Yeah.
we're in the Talamina, 100 overs, all I'll do. But when it comes to like, so if you get a 15 over ticket, it's happened to me before in the trucking industry, and you can be in a motorcycle, car, whatever. A, you get fired immediately or your lease canceled, and then B, nobody will ever hire you again until it's gone off your record. So you pretty much, I'm an owner operator, so I have a truck payment and all that stuff. And if I get one of those, I have no way to pay that truck payment. And now I'm just completely screwed. I'm bankrupt. Now I can't get a apartment because my credit screwed up from the truck. It would completely ruin my life getting a 15 over. It would just be done with it. But luckily I got one, got fired, beat the ticket, went to another company. But luckily I got through that. But it was like, dude, I just spent X amount of money on a truck and now I just lost my career.
What about like, do you have like the video cameras in there?
Mm-hmm.
Because that would save your ass a lot of times with people cutting you off, things like that. Because also fender benders and shit are apparently like a big strike on your record while you're in the truck.
Yeah,
Right.
if you rear end somebody, you're pretty much done. I mean, they're going to blame you all the time. But if you have a camera, because there's all those schemes out there trying to get you to rear end them and stuff. But yeah, I have an outward facing camera. I don't have an inward facing camera that faces me
Because you're doing
because
stuff
I'm
you're not
watching
supposed to. Netflix.
this
and
podcast.
Listen,
No, but
not watching.
I don't have an inward facing camera. I would never work for a company that did have an inward facing camera. I just feel like it's an invasion of privacy. If I want to pick my nose, I want to pick my nose in peace. You know what I mean? But I don't want to wear pants every day.
You don't want to sell those lot lizards in your truck that you're taking from spot to spot.
That's when I say
You're like an Uber driver for lot lizards.
right.
Are y'all even allowed to like pick up people anymore, like hitchhikers?
They got to sign like a waiver for insurance reasons. But like, no, I don't pick up like all my passenger seats all full of paperwork and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time I say I'm a truck driver or something, the first questions I get are about lot lizards. It's just like immediate go to.
It's like everybody wants to bang a chick from a truck stop.
Tyndale?
It's like a lifelong goal for some dudes.
I don't know anybody like that.
No, I'm just saying, like, everybody's asking him, so you
Yeah.
would have to assume that.
Our friend Peaches out of
Okay, yeah.
Did you see his TikTok video or whatever of him with the
Dude,
lot
I
lizard
follow-
video?
I follow
So
him,
funny.
but I guess I'm not like our algorithms aren't intertwined
Right.
because I don't ever see anything from him.
I don't. Somebody shared it on our group chat, our motorcycle group chat. His video of him just doing this lot lizard. It was hilarious.
He was banging her?
No. It was like a video.
He's doing
Yeah.
this lot lizard.
A video
I don't
about
think that'd
how
be on TikTok.
how truckers react the first time a lot lizard knocks on your door, and it was just, you got to see. I'll show you later. But it's really funny. They come up and they'll
Is there
knock
hot
on
ones?
your door. No. They're all
There's
like,
gotta be some.
they're all like if your grandma did crack for 30 years. Like, that's what they look like. So they're not bad.
Well, what about like the because like anytime you do truck or you're driving, like you get out of towns, you always see those big, massive like porn stores. That used to be a thing for truck drivers, right? Now
Because they have
it's gone.
truck parking. So
Yeah.
that's like, a lot of guys will just take advantage of the truck parking there. But they're still everywhere. I don't know how they stay in
Is it
business.
more like a jerk off joint, not so much a? This is definitely not getting monetized, but so it's more like a jerk off joint instead of like a place you go rent videos and shit. Because who the
They have
fuck rents
video rooms.
I don't know.
That's
I've
what-
never,
yeah.
That's a jerk. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah, that's
jerk
what.
off,
Yeah, that's all they do.
I've never been to one that I'm going to say on this spot. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've never been to one, but I don't really
my
know what's
favorite is
inside.
this one.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but they'll come up, they'll knock on your door. I had one night knocking on my door for like 40 minutes straight. I finally woke up and let her out. I was just over that shit.
What about you remember that Along Came Polly, the truck stop or like the rest stop where all the gay
All the
dudes-
the guys popped out of their grass. And,
Is there a lot of gayism in
So
in
we
truck
got
driving?
we got these apps that kind of tell you like if a rest stop or a truck stop is full that night, or a Walmart is full, or if they allow truck parking, and you'll just like see some like, where's Dick at tonight? Like like people respond back to each other like, this is like an underground community. It's like the
Truck
the
driver
sex
grinder.
community with Home Depot and
Truck driver grinder.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to go with I think they call it gear grinder. Gear grinder, yeah.
Nobody had a comment after that one.
I had a thought and I was like, how do I put that together? I can do something with this.
Man, that's awesome. What got you into truck driving though?
My grandpa was a trucker his whole from 19 to retirement. I used to go cross country with him on my summer vacations, and we used to go all over the country. And I've always wanted to do it, and I've always had jobs pulling trailers and stuff, so I had a knack for it. And then one day I was in a relationship, and we ended it, and I was like, we were living together, so I had to figure out a home situation, stuff like that. You know what? I already have a CDL. I'm just going to try this truck driving thing out. You know, I'll do it for a year, and once I get a year under my belt, I'll go home and get a job making $25 an hour just doing local driving.
Yeah.
Well, you get a taste of that over the road money, and you can't go back. You're just like, oh, dude, I'm kind of out here now.
But I that's the thing about, to me, with the truck driving that not that I want to do. I'd love to do it. Like, I would love to be able to jump in a truck and not have any worries of my own that I have to get back to. But it just seems cool as shit, man. Like, when you're traveling on a bike and you're going to those rest stops or those because I always stop at truck stops when I do my trips because they have more amenities at them and shit.
Yeah.
It's the same vibe. Like, you know, you're in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Fucking the sun's going down, or Lordsburg, New Mexico, the sun's going down over the mountains, and you're like having a monster real quick before you jump back on the road and try to make the Tucson or some shit. Like,
Right.
that vibe, to me, just like, I love that shit. And it's got to be the same for truck driving.
I love it. I don't feel like I work ever.
Yeah.
There are days I have to do a lot of labor-intensive stuff, but because I drive a pneumatic tank, and sometimes stuff needs to be fixed, and especially stuff on the truck. You might be changing a water pump in a truck stop parking lot sometimes. But for the most part, it's just like you don't feel like working. You don't set an alarm clock during any day. You just wake up when the sun comes up, and you do your thing, and you go back to sleep. It's fun. It's definitely an interesting life. It's a commitment. It's hard to have a family or anything like that, or in my case, even attempt to start a family. So I'm like, kind of at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I kind of like my life, and I don't really want to change anything.
The weird thing about that, I mean, this might be going down a rabbit hole that I don't know that we're qualified to talk about, but like, I think you represent a lifestyle that I think that most people, after they tried the relationship, they'd probably rather have. The homies everywhere, travel everywhere, never, you know, completely wanderlust, nomadic lifestyle, basically. Mm-hmm. That, you know, and then like, how do you even, I mean, you said you had a chick back home for a while, and it was just kind of like a bitch.
Yeah, I've dated a couple.
She wasn't a bitch, but it was a bitch.
No, she was a bitch. I've dated a couple girls since I've been driving, and it's good after a while. And then I kind of get to this point. where I'm like stubborn to where I'm like, well, okay, I don't have all the time in the world when I'm home. I want to see my friends. And when I come home, she's like, I need you for every second you're home because you're never home.
Baby shower.
Yeah.
We got this. Like, I need you to look like my dude.
And I'm like, dude, I just want to go like see my friends and have a beer. I haven't seen them in months. But she wants all the attention. But so I'm like, I just got over that shit real quick. I'm like, yeah, I want to see you, but can we go see my friends too? Like,
yeah, do it together, kind of.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm more stressed out when I'm dating somebody. I just like to. I'm fine with not talking to anybody for days.
Yeah, and then you feel like more of a responsibility to get back home too.
Right. Yeah. So if I don't have anybody back home, I don't feel a need to go to Florida.
Yep.
So I just kind of. I know. I told you I was trying to fix it.
Yeah, my dad did the tail end of his life. He became a truck driver after running. You know, he had a paint and body shop for many years. That's what I grew up into before I joined the military. And then he just got tired of people. And at some point, you know, he's already been married for 30 years at this point. All me, my sisters, we were already grown kids out of the house. And that's when he took on to the road. And just to be able to clear his head and just enjoy the open road. And being just like Craig, not living in the state where he's from, Dad had, just like Jace was saying, he had friends that he can make stops. So if he was in Virginia Beach or if he was up in Massachusetts or wherever, he knew that he had loads to be able to catch up with people and see old high school friends and stuff.
Yeah,
after so
I
many
feel
years.
like that the truck driver lifestyle is like pretty parallel with like biker lifestyle too. You know, it's the same thing. You're just in a different vehicle.
Yep. And that's the thing. And then he gets home, he gets on his bike and does all his local stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but when he's on the road, but he, like I said, he, unlike how Craig's doing it, he waited later in his life and then took to the road.
Right.
My mom was cool with it, you know, and found a good company to work with where he was home every weekend. So it's definitely something to think about when you get older too, because it keeps a marriage together. You're not fussing, fighting. Now at that point, people don't want to be together.
Yeah, it's probably a little different once you've been together for 10 years.
And they're like, get the hell out of the house.
It's like, yeah, dude, stay out. Fucking.
Plus the money's good, so my mom was happy to spend that when the money came in. She was like, well, hell yeah, let's go.
It's definitely
remodel
making
the
me
house
a lot more selfish, to where I'm like, you know, with the whole dating thing, it's like, I don't want to go home and hang out with your friends. I want to go do what I want to do on my small amount of time off. And then most of that's like riding cross country. Like, I don't want to come home and hang out with you on the fucking couch.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the general struggle with relationships anyways, is trying to, because both of you need to be selfish enough to like take care of your own lives and have your own friends and do your own shit.
Create your own happiness.
Like I just mentioned, the lot lizards are hot as shit. So really, what do I need?
No, that's like what I was kind of getting at, is like with the traveling, with social media, connecting people across the country. Even your job makes it to where it's like you're not even on a bike, but it's like, oh fuck, Craig's in town. You know, it's like, do I want to get fucked up this weekend?
I got shit to do next week.
That's every time he comes into Little Rock, you know, he loads a lot in Little Rock, and he'll just put a beacon out on Instagram. I live probably 20, 30 miles away from where he loads up at. As soon as I see it, I'm like, hey, you got plans yet? And he goes, nope. All right, we'll meet up and just head out downtown. And now here we are in Dallas, you know, just spur of the moment. Literally, he posted it, what was it, Friday? Or no, Thursday.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking about
Thursday night. I think I'm going to go to DFW.
Like, I'll go.
Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, this weekend's free for me too. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we road tripped it.
Like I said, that whole deal, man, the traveling thing, it's just awesome. It's for you, it's probably a little bit easier because you drive trucks, and then, you know, like I said, you've already kind of built a network between like Texas east, right? So all the homies in Michigan and all in between. For me though, I haven't really gone east that much, so I have Steve up there and a couple little homies, but I don't know. It's a do you ever drive west at all? I think I asked you this before, but I think you stop at New Mexico.
My truck's a pre-emissions truck. It's called a glider kit. It's a new truck, but it's got an old motor. It's like a loophole, so I don't have to have DEF and particle filters and all that stuff. So I'm not California legal. So if you go like west of the Rockies, as you say, if you ain't going to California, there ain't no money out there.
Yeah.
You either go to California and then bring it east. I mean, you're not picking stuff up in Nevada. Like, there's just nothing out there manufactured that we would put in our tanks. But yeah, for a prior company, I've been to California, 10, 20 times. And then for this company I'm at now that I'm leased on to, I've been to Washington a handful of times, and Oregon, and Alberta, and what's the other one? I don't know. Some of the
BC?
Yeah. Been up there a bunch. And, but that's about as far west as I go. I don't really go out there very often.
To the edge.
It's usually
as far as west as you can go. I don't think you can go any further west.
Fuck you! I've been drinking whiskey.
You mean you don't go southwest?
Yes.
Yeah, you go
I don't
north.
go to Cali
you go
anymore.
northwest.
I don't go past like New Mexico really anymore.
So no Arizona,
Don't really
no
go
Cali.
past
I don't
Colorado
think-
very
I don't
often.
think Phoenix has much manufacturing in it, unless you're talking about motorcycle parts.
So what I do is raw ingredients for stuff. So it's like bulk tank. So it's like 46,000 pounds of sulfur or ammonium nitrate or stuff like that. So
Shit
it's
that
like,
blows up.
Yeah, that's,
You just drive around a bomb.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Those ones pay good.
So we started this podcast talking about your ability to drink, and now we know that you drive a bomb around.
Yeah. Those days are a little sketchier drinking. Yeah.
Like the day that we met up in Warrenton, like how was your next day? Because you were headed to Little Rock, right?
Where did I go after that?
I think you came out a Little Rock, didn't you?
No, he was coming from Minneapolis down.
I think I was going to Louisiana. I was going to Little Rock. Yeah, the next night I was with them in Little Rock. And then I was trying to get home. And then I picked up a load in Little Rock and I went to drop it somewhere else in Arkansas. And I was going to go home from there. But I had some stuff screw up on my truck, so I ended up having to fly home. But I was, I don't remember. I think I was
You were
pretty,
probably headed
pretty
home.
That was
good.
that was the weekend before
I
Big
think
Cody and them.
I woke
came
up
down,
with like
yeah.
a BC powder and an energy drink, and I think I was fine after that. But I just had to get through it. But no, it wasn't that bad that day. I didn't have to do 2 podcasts that day.
Yeah, it was.
How was your day?
Well, after we did the podcast with Paul, I went to Insta Having Kyle's house, and we went and had dinner. It was a really romantic evening. We had a good time. And then
He's a good host.
he is, yeah. And then we were he got me on this Crown Apple shit that I'm doing right now. And the Crown Apple, and like he did it with Sprite, but I'm like trying to be conscientious of my weight. So I've been doing it with Topo Chico. That's the whitest way to ever say Topo Chico.
Yeah.
You know, don't speak
Yeah.
Spanish.
Cultural appropriation. But no, like he was drinking, and I was trying to like get into the drinking mode with him, but I just was flashbacks of the night before and that type of shit. So I was not really.
If people get PTSD, you party with Turbo.
I got a friend named Turbo, dude. That's the most 80s thing I've ever thought of.
That's where I got it from. It was a
I'm
what's-
your turbo lover.
American Gladiators. That's where it came from. Yeah.
Dude, that was the Saturday night jam, right?
Yeah.
For like
Saturday morning. Was it night or
No, it
morning?
was nighttime, man. I felt like it was nighttime because I remember like going to like sleepovers and like Gladiators would be on. Next thing you know, whoever's house it was turned into
pillow fighting and
like
everything
fucking
else.
the couch turned into like
So you and a bunch of
obstacles.
dudes watch guys in spandex at sleepovers and then pillow fighted?
Yeah, and then we played with
Pillow
our
fought?
X-Men
Fought, I think.
action figures.
Yeah.
Fuck with me.
That's why he rides Harleys.
Right, yeah.
Dude,
I've
I'm
seen
from
them chaps.
I'm from the 90s, bro. Like I'm from the 80s, but in the 90s, dude, we like when you think about like old bikers, right, and how cool they are to the core, like, yeah, dude, you were born in 45. What did you play with in the 50s? Nothing.
That
You
little
play with a
paddle with the
yeah,
ball
a
on it.
paddle.
Yeah.
It's like, would you play rickets or some shit like that, or cricket, or
I think rickets
Rickets
is
was a
disease.
disease, dude.
I don't fucking know, man.
Did you play with Rickets? No, he sat down.
So you probably just fucking did chores, dude. Like, I grew up in a much more better time where I had action figures and I got to use my imagination, faggot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
God, dude, cancel
came out.
the
There it
fucking
is.
What's the time?
show.
5 minutes.
We got not-
Oh, wait,
for it to
average
pop
We
up.
made it 30 minutes almost.
30 minutes. Damn, it's already been 30 minutes?
Yeah, dude.
So no, it was so yeah, like, you know, growing up, like, we had better TV shows. You know, we had fucking Airwolf, goddamn, what was another
He-Man,
one?
all that kind of stuff.
Recess. That show.
Teenage
The
Mutant.
Saturday morning cartoons. I'm more
Oh,
Jesse's
Recess.
age. I'm
Yeah,
closer to
he-
Jesse's age, I think.
Yeah,
No,
Recess.
You're 30, right?
33.
Yeah, you're
I'm
closer to
three.
me than anybody
Yeah, I'm
else.
closer.
I'm
closer to
38,
Jay's.
dude. He's 5 years from me. You're fucking 25.
You
right?
might know my
30.
dad from high school. He's getting the whiskey out now.
He's like, all right, I
All right, I'm
can't.
done with
Or
this.
I might be your dad. In that case, I'm going to need a helmet painting discount.
Nah.
Dad.
Dad. If I just be real quiet, can I just sit in here and watch this movie with you? Huh? I'll be quiet.
Got a handle, dude.
Ooh,
Is that a thing?
son.
You know it's a big boy.
Bro, what time is it? 12:30. It's time to bust out the handle.
Wow, you guys are hardcore, man.
Does this look better than just being beer wasted? I feel like when I get drunk on like liquor, I feel like I
A little
more
classier.
distinguished a little bit.
You
know?
say.
In my
the
Dollar General cup.
Not with your current company.
You're drinking liquor out of a plastic cup, though.
Yeah.
I get
So-
glass. I'm fucking fancy.
I don't know what it is. I like drinking out of plastic cups, even at home.
Yeah.
You like Psy?
So you
Duck
like.
Dynasty? Old uncle with the fucking
Uncle Si,
plastic
yeah,
cup.
always drink the sweet. Always had the sweet tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been a plastic cup guy. Like, you know, those like, I'm not even going to try to describe it, but like, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and buys like a 10-pack of plastic cups that are like,
Like the Dixie cups?
no, like
Or
the
like
ones that
those?
look like,
Like that,
old
like
cafe
reusable.
style cups. They'll be like red with like a little texture in it, but they're like kind of translucent and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love those cups. I don't know what
I
it is.
feel like I need to pull up a picture of that.
Show everybody. I unplugged that computer. I didn't know if it was
Yeah, I
causing
know.
an issue.
It might have.
In the future, is there going to be ways to like pop up pictures of stuff you're
Yeah,
talking
we
about
got
on
that
there
right
and then
now.
put
We
it
have
on
it
there?
now.
We
but
just
like
have to
with
preload it. Like, it has to be something he already saved to his computer currently.
Pop up no, you can just hit the button on the thing. And
Yeah,
show
we
the camp
we
out
got
thing.
it.
No, the camp out thing.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
It's right. It's a button. It says still on the thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There you go. Hold on. It's gonna look
He's
black
gonna
at
fuck
first.
it up a couple times.
I fucked it up a few times first. We're trying to learn the new. One more fuck up, and then we're there. Bam.
Bam, down
Look at
south
that.
camp out. That's what this podcast is
goddamn.
about, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about that.
This isn't a trucking podcast?
Oh man.
I know I have a
Trucking-
lot of truck drivers that listen to it, so I thought it'd be cool to.
Yeah, we got nothing better to do.
Trucking and fucking, dude.
Trucking and fucking. That's a tattoo I need you to do for me.
There he goes. Keep on trucking and fucking.
Hell yeah.
So
Good times.
So what's the deets on the down south camp out? Since we need to get into that anyways.
So it's on the 6th of November. Well, it's at the Scooter Haven. It's a cool little motorcycle campground that has a bar. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but they don't have a liquor license or anything, so everything's cash.
Don't be snitching.
So
Snitches
like,
get stitches.
so like you go in there, like, can I get a beer? And they're like, sure.
BYOB,
Like, how much?
man.
And they're like, donations. So you just give them whatever. They probably make more money doing it that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you're gonna
Throwing
give them
like $5 bills and
instead
shit.
of $2.50. But they have like a food truck there.
Can they just sell you the beer like a 12-pack or some shit?
No,
they
it
don't
has
have
to
I know
a
some
license
places
for
get
any of
away
that
with
stuff.
it. Back home, they get away with it. They sell you a card, a donation card, and it's got like a hole punch. And every beer you get punches a hole
Yeah.
out. So it's like a $20 card, and every beer is $2.50. So every time you get a beer, they just punch
Yeah,
it.
they're getting away with it here in Deep Ellum by just every time you buy a beer, they're like they'll give you a bag of chips or like make you buy a sandwich or something, and then you can
that way they ain't
drink.
got to pay the ridiculous
Yeah.
liquor
Or you
license.
buy a cup and the
Yeah.
alcohol's free. That kind of thing.
Right.
You get around it that way. But
Might be a little bitch and just sell alcohol and tell them to fuck off, man.
that's kind of what Scooter Haven does, man. They just do their thing. But they're like super motorcycle targeted.
Come back with the National Guard.
Yeah.
We'll be ready.
Come back with a park ranger.
Yeah, those guys fucking suck.
So they're super motorcycle oriented.
Yeah, it's a nice little place. But we'll be able to just go into a bar and drink right on the premises, which is pretty cool. Which
But
we
we can
haven't
still bring
had.
our own drinks, right?
You can still bring your own drinks. Yep, cooler it up like we usually do. So it'll probably be half
What
and half.
area of Florida is? Because it's not like the Panhandle,
So
and
it's
it's not
about-
quite the ball dick thing hanging down, right?
2 hours straight north of Clearwater. Everybody pretty much knows where Clearwater is in Tampa Bay. It's just straight up the coast in like more of the rednecky woodsy area of Florida. There's no beaches or anything. It's all marsh.
So like halfway
So
between
we-
Panama
so you
City and
literally
Tampa.
Are we
Yeah.
by a swamp?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be swamps. I
So
think
we
it's
gonna-
like
Is there alligators?
We gonna see some
Hopefully.
There'd
gators.
be a gator.
Yeah.
There's a gator on the shirt.
yeah, we went gator hunting or searching with a.
So
Cody
you're
and
telling me
James
we
in
should
Florida.
bring some fucking rifles?
It's Florida. You have to bring a gun. I think it's a rule. It's a gunshine state, bro.
Gunshine.
So the goal was like you're going to be leaving from Arkansas,
With
and you're coming
with
and
Scott and
and
King
I heard
Tony
Justin for sure confirmed that he was
Yes,
not
I got the
missing
message.
this at all.
I got the message.
He
Oh, really?
would be there. He was not going to miss it because knows how much his friendships depend on it, right?
Okay.
Because right now
very
he's out
excited.
having a really great time
Well, the
in
thing is,
Tennessee.
his wife hit me up for a shirt, and I screenshot it and sent it to him. I go, dude, you have to come now because I'm
Yeah.
not mailing out shirts. Because I don't have the ability to. I'm not going to take all leftover shirts and put them on my bike and bring them home and mail them out. Like,
Do you have
and
any?
I want you to earn it. I want you to ride there and get a shirt. Like
I
you ain't-
forgot to pre-order it.
No posers. You can still do it.
I can still pre-order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give me.
I'll just
money
cash
right
app
now.
you today.
What do you got in your pocket?
got that
Debit.
sword.
I got a debit card.
Good thing I got a square. That's
But we'll be riding from Arkansas, Little Rock. We're riding down to Jackson, Mississippi. Me and Jaden been kind of going back and forth and getting everything
the
organized.
reason I kind of want to ride now, and I'm still on the fence. It's going to be a last minute decision whether I ride or not. But I want to ride only because Jaden has been running point on this whole deal, and it'd be the first trip that I've done
That
where
you didn't do.
I'm not
You're in the
planning
back,
it.
yeah.
I'm not doing. I'm just there to go on the ride.
Jaden's killing it. Like, he's very attentive, and he's getting every little detail in there. And me and him been going back and forth, and we'll like just take an hour of the day and just go back and forth and just lock stuff down, like the hotel and where we're meeting and stuff like that. But yeah, we're all gonna meet in Jackson, Mississippi, and then we're gonna ride the rest of the day down to Floribama, which is this cool bar. I've been there once.
In Orange Beach. Yeah.
And basically,
huge.
the state line goes through the middle.
Through
of the
the
bar.
middle of the bar, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be staying like 5 miles west of it on the Alabama side at the Orange Beach Days
Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn. I think a lot of people have already booked their rooms there, so it'll be a hell of a time just there.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming from, Mark's coming from Cedar Park, and then
Oh, he's coming,
he coming.
dude.
yeah.
Mark's coming.
I'm surprised you don't know, because me and Mark are kind of best friends. So I don't know if
Wow.
you met him before.
Yeah. Well, last I heard, he was my best friend, so I don't really know how he could be also yours.
Justin, where's he from? San Antonio?
Oh yeah, FLH.
Yeah, he's coming up. So
T.
Adam and them, I believe, are coming from Houston. So there's going to be a bunch of people coming from all around Texas, and we're all going to meet there the first night. So it should be a good turnout. And then the next day, we're going to wake up. A friend I went to high school with works at a bar in the Panhandle, so we're going to ride like 4 hours and get lunch at her bar. They're going to open early for
Or
us.
like Panama or some shit. No, 4 hours.
It's
we
like
should
right-
damn near be there.
It's like 3 hours in the morning or something, and then like 3 hours after that.
So are we gonna stay on the coast the whole time and ride?
Yeah,
that,
we're
like,
gonna
through
ride the
Destin and all
coast.
that?
Yeah, we're gonna ride the coast down from the hotel all the way down. Her bar's right along the way. We'll stop there and get lunch, and then
I've
from
ridden
there.
from Destin all the way to Panama on the coast.
I haven't. I've never done it. I just kind of hit the highways 'cause I'm always in a hurry. Being a trucker, I'm always in the mentality of like get miles done fast.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so like I don't enjoy anything. I just hit the highways and hit
It's
them fast.
it's a weird one, right? Because I know exactly what you mean. Because a lot of times when I'm on the road, I get in that mode of let's get there.
Yeah, me and him didn't take our helmets off for any gas stop all the way.
Yeah.
We just pounded.
But like also, when you do a bike trip in like say 2 weeks and you're knocking out like 10 or 15 states, you don't necessarily get to park your bike and hike in and go check out that thing.
Right,
Like
right.
you got to see the roadside shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why I guess like things like Monument Valley has always been really great because it's literally something you drive through.
Yeah, on the way to
versus like
somewhere else.
we got to park here and then we got to go out, walk out a mile,
Right.
and you know what I mean. Like that shit
Like
gets
some of the Grand
complicated.
Canyon spots. You're like park here and
Dude,
walk
Grand Canyon
way far.
is like that.
Or the Horseshoe Bend, stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That I want to see that one, but that's like a mile walk or something.
Dude,
Yeah, I think it's a little over a mile. A friend of mine just went on it. And
Yeah.
I get triggered when people are telling me they're doing a road trip and like, yeah, we're gonna stop by and see Grand Canyon. It's like, why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's nothing. It's a ditch. You know
Cross
what I'm
off the
saying?
list though. Got to cross off the
Dude,
list.
it's like I get it. Like I did it, but I skipped it like 5 times. Like going down 40, even literally to the point where we were at the entrance to go into it. And we're like, fuck it. It's like, because I've seen it from the airplane going to Vegas a million times. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool, but
Yeah.
it looks just like all the other canyons in America. It's like not that amazing. And the other thing about it that's not amazing that like I don't like is that you literally feel like you're sitting in an amphitheater with a million people looking at the same thing. So it doesn't feel like you're looking at nature. It feels like you're looking at a
Yeah,
stage.
you're not secluded at all.
Yeah.
You're with a group of people you don't know, just kind of.
So that's what I love about, like I said, I'm sorry. I feel like Monument Valley is my DMT for Rogan, right? So
You just gotta bring up it all the time.
yeah,
Like,
because it's a perfect example. It's like it's not like some amazing thing that like, oh man, like it could be depending on how you look at it. But
depending on how much you like Forrest Gump.
yeah, exactly, and I love
Basically,
that.
yeah. It's
So
my favorite.
when you're there though, you drive, you see it, you drive, you stop. There's not. I know there probably can be at times, but there's typically every time I've went, there's not some crowd there. So you're literally there's cars coming and going, but there's not like a fucking line in a bus full of Asian people sitting there taking pictures of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't mean to be racist in that. I'm just saying like that's
No,
kind
like
of
tourists, basically.
yeah. Well, yeah, like anytime you're out west, anywhere you're in San Francisco, there's buses of Asians there taking pictures of everything.
They must only advertise those buses in Asia. So I've never seen a sign for them, but
yeah,
they
I
all
think
know where they are.
Yeah, you have to be Asian to get on it.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times we'll be in Vegas.
They're all just sitting there calculating gas mileage.
We're never gonna get monetized.
So
You're never getting monetized.
I don't remember which trip it was, but I remember somebody we were with. I think it might have been Brad or something. One year we were in Vegas, and this Asian people just walk up to you in a gas station and go, "Can I take a picture with you and your bike?"
Yeah, the Americana biker.
Yeah, it's kind of like okay.
Yeah, but like Instagram has showed me there's a fucking badass like motorcycle culture out there in
Japan is insane with
Yeah,
cars.
they got-
So I've sold 2 bikes to Japan. Those the Evos and the shovel heads over there.
Yeah, they
their
eat
scene
that,
is
that,
incredible.
that,
Yeah.
that whole chopper scene is badass
Indonesia-
out there.
They're doing it better than we're doing it. I
Oh
feel.
yeah, 100%.
Indonesia's doing performance baggers way better than we're doing it. They're everywhere out there.
Yeah, they're fucking. They can suck it though. No, you know what's really dope?
America!
Yeah, yeah. You're always second place, but like fight us,
What? Oh,
fight us, and then you can be the badass.
don't throw a stick at me.
Thank God for
Get it Air
Patreon.
Fast. Get it Air Force. Nerd.
Air fast.
Air fast.
Get an air fast. Get an air fast, nerd.
But no, when I was in New York, I was at this dude's house. We were all hanging out there, and he had like a little shed type garage behind his house. And I was in there. He's like working on this like Dyna Defender that he picked up. He's making it pretty nice. He had this wall of magazines, dude. And I'm fucking a magazine fiend, right? So I started looking at him. He's got like original, like old school show class magazines where they were like these long little pamphlet looking things, Dice magazines, all these. But then he had like all these collections of like hot bike from Japan. Those magazines, Japan magazines, are way fucking doper than ours.
Oh yeah.
Really?
High quality photography, prints really nice. And he said he had a homeboy over there that basically ships him all the magazines when they come out. And he has like, there's another Chopper magazine out there that's really nice too. But it's literally all of America shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like way better photography, way better shit done in Japan. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
Just like tattooing, Americana tattooing in Japan. There's some
Yeah.
like Ink Rat, and there's a couple other.
Isn't it
shops.
funny how they can do our style better than we can?
Oh, but they're doing American words. They don't speak any English,
Yeah.
but they're doing like hold fast or whatever. Perfect font.
It means faith.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that means General Tso's.
But no, they love Americana over there. Which, I mean, in the JDM culture, in imports and stuff like that, we're big on that. I mean, you see a
Yeah.
right-hand drive car over here, and you're ooh and ah. And
Dude, actually.
Yeah, this is the guy.
So I was on my way back from New York, and this is the craziest shit in the world. Because I grew up in the Nissan world. You know, I was all into like
240s and
Silvias
so, yeah,
and
yeah.
180 SXs and 240s. So I was coming through. Well, I was going to stop through D.C. on the way home, but then I saw that I can knock off just a little panhandle of West Virginia and get on the whatever that highway is that takes you all the way to Bristol, Tennessee, for the most part. So I did that. I went into West Virginia a little bit, and then while I'm riding through there, I start to come up on a 240, and I'm like, oh, that's a 240. That was my life before motorcycles, right? I'm like, oh, he's got a Sylvia badge on it, which is what the car was called. The coupe was called a
the
Sylvia.
180 or the
The
coupe
180 was the fastback.
hatchback. Yeah.
So it had the Sylvia badge. Oh, that's dope. And then I'm like, that motherfucker's driving on the right-hand side, so it's an actual car
Like,
from Japan.
Nobody's driving this car.
And I'm like on my nice fucking bagger, and I'm like looking at his car, and I'm like trying to get his attention, like, hey man, I gotta say with thumbs up. And he wouldn't look at him. I was like, what a fucking
I
nerd.
think he's
man.
gonna rob him.
Yeah, he's like, don't look at the biker.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was trying to fucking give you a thumbs up, man. Like, shit was so nice. I want one bad, but like I'm too fucking big for those cars now.
Well, I mean, they're getting more and more popular. They're bringing over right-hand drive Supras, and the FD RX-7s and stuff
All that
like
shit
that.
used to be illegal, right?
It's got a 25-year window to make it
Okay,
legal.
that's
so
right.
you can bring it over. If you do it before 25, I don't know the precaution. Every state's different too, by the way. But yeah, I think it's 25 years. So that's why you're seeing the older, the 93s, Supras are starting to make a big broad over here in the FDs and RX-7s and stuff like that. And you're seeing more R32s, not so much like the R34s.
Dude,
and stuff,
I want an R30. Like, R34s are the shit, but the only Skyline I've ever driven or worked on was an R32. That was like some dude he was in the military and he had it shipped here.
Yep.
And I worked for a shop that was doing like a big turbo, all that shit on it. So like, I got to drive it to Jack in a Box once and order food, which was crazy.
But they're going back to what we, yeah. But going back to what we, well, the only place, I guess, if you go to like one of those rallies or whatever, they got the split window.
Yeah.
So you right-hand drive cars go on this side and the left hand's on that. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's just like the Americana stuff over in Japan is just insane. Just like, we freak out when we see some JDM car or something going down the road. So just different cultures. Just what you're not used to, when you see it, it's different, unique. It's cool.
Never owned a vehicle without a V8. Piss red, white, and blue.
Ellis swap
Yeah,
everything.
so
Buy a
this-
right-hand drive car and Ellis swap it right out of the gate.
So this Campout though.
Back to the camp.
So after we get lunch in somewhere in that corner of
Panhandle.
Florida, I can't remember the name
Yeah.
of the town. It's this cool little bar on a beach. We're gonna be riding down the Campout. We should get there between like 5 and 6 p.m., 7 p.m.
On
maybe.
Saturday or Friday?
Friday night.
Friday, that's good. What are we doing Saturday, though?
So Saturday is the only day I have to figure out what to do, and we don't have riding in Florida. Like you said, it's going to be a lot like a giddy up event.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a lot of partying. But we'll go on a ride. There's a lot of biker bars, but I know a lot of people aren't into drinking and riding.
I am.
I am
There's
too.
going to be a few.
Yeah, we've seen your arrest record.
Yeah. Dude, if only the people that I was wearing a TOL design shirt when I was walking the line.
Yeah.
I was like, could you ask for better advertising? I'm kind of like an influencer, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to just put together a string of cool biker-targeted restaurants and bars to kind of do a loop, kind of get back, because we really don't have to kill that much time. I got to entertain for one day on the road, getting people to see cool stuff.
Yeah.
And it's North Florida. There's not a lot of cool stuff, but there is a lot of cool little biker spots. This is one bar called The Loft up around that area. And it's kind of like a Hooters, but it's like a single restaurant, but like every girl in there's hot as shit. And you're like, what is going on here? Like, it's in the middle of the woods. It's just
So
a
do you
little
have to have,
diamond in
like
the
a
rough.
Trans Am to pick those chicks up, or how does that work?
Yeah, you have to have a mullet. That's
Okay.
why I had a mullet for so long. And you have to go in there just blaring like AC/DC. My buddies have hunting camps up there.
I'm
and
into Ted Nugent right now. Do you think that'll work?
Like in a sex way?
No.
Oh.
Maybe
Ted
wild.
Nugent solo or like the damn Yankees Ted Nugent?
I don't really know. I'm not that like dialed into like
What was
that
that?
kind
What
of
was that song we were listening to yesterday?
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold.
yeah.
He's in a Stranglehold.
Yeah, I'm in it one song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one song.
he's in one song, dude.
Dude, well, no, I like that. I don't know. It just fucking
The
jams.
song sounds like sweat and cocaine.
Yeah. What is that?
Probably.
Saturday, I guess.
It's definitely that time.
Well, yeah, I'm going to try to call ahead and make sure they're all staffed up, because I think right now, judging by the T-shirt sales, I think we're looking at least 50 people, and maybe north of that. Because I know a lot of people bought a shirt, and then they're like, I'm bringing 5 people with me. And I'm like, oh, shit, my numbers may be way off. But I think it's going to be a good turnout, because when I threw it, I tested the waters first, because I was like, man, are people going to show up? Because nobody lives in Florida.
Where did we have our talk about? Was it Sturgis?
We were in Sturgis.
Yeah.
We were in Deadwood.
Yeah.
At the bar, and I was like, you guys were like, I don't think that's a good date. And I'm like, well, let's sit down and figure this out with a calendar. And then we're like, okay, that's probably the best date.
Yeah.
It's the weekend after. They reopened up the Thunder Beach the weekend before.
Oh, did they?
They brought it back to. No, actually, well, I think they
Thunder
officially-
Beach is
the Panama City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it this year.
They did it. It's October 24th, whatever. It's the weekend before.
Lone Star Rally this year got canceled in Galveston, so I figured that was a perfect opportunity to jump on those people that usually go to that, like the Texas people mostly.
Well, a good thing is that if all the other events that take place go back to their normal dates next year, then October is a much more wide open area, which would be a like maybe mid-October would be a really great time.
My only thing is I don't want to compete with V-Twin, because a lot of people
He
that
usually
I
does
want
his
at
at
the
the beginning
camp
of
out are
September.
V-Twin.
Yeah, the V-Twin stuff got pushed
Visionary,
back only because of COVID. But if you
attenders.
looked at the original flyers, those were actually, I think the Smokies was supposed to be in September, wasn't it? I think the original flyer
it's
showed.
usually like Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. I think the original flyer showed early September.
Yeah, I just don't, because that's pretty much the same genre I'm shooting for, is the same people that do the Smoky Tour.
Mm-hmm.
So
all I know is all the homies right now, currently while we're doing this, that are out there in Tennessee, if they're not at my camp out, I'm unfollowing them on Instagram.
yeah,
100%. Not even. We're not friends anymore.
like I follow them
over.
on my second account, so they don't know it's me, but I still get to like steal their ideas.
No, it's the camp out thing makes the way I like to look at it is it's a way to be a part of this big scene of bikes, right? And the camp out, like if you can go to V-Twin Visionary and it's a great place. It's probably going to be a great show. Or you can go to Sturgis. But these places are so big that like how do you find that pocket of homies from everywhere, right? So like for us, the camp outs worked and Steve's camp out worked and yours is going to work by bringing all these people together so that you make these like smaller pockets of like scenes and homies and friends and shit like that.
And that's what happened to me. I've been on the road working for 5-6 years now, and I didn't know a lot of people around the country until I started going to the campouts. I heard about your camp out on a Sandoval video, the first one you guys did. He had you plug your podcast. I'm like, oh shit, there's a motorcycle podcast, because that's all I do is listen to podcasts all day. And then I heard about the camp out, and I was like, oh, I'll just show up, see what's up. So
that year you came, that was a pretty historic year.
Yeah.
So that's the first one we did, right? Like the
Second.
Second.
That was the second one?
The first one was a small like tryout kind of one, wasn't
Well, that
it?
wasn't
And
an
it was
actual
like 20
camp.
of you?
First one, that wasn't camp out. We just tried it out. That's where we all
Oh,
got.
okay, so
that's
two
where the
before
shirts.
But
the
you
dudes
went
with no
to
shirts
the
came off.
actual first one.
No,
right?
second.
Second.
Okay, so then I wasn't there.
No, you weren't there because I didn't
Yeah,
meet you
that's right.
till I came.
So we're on
Here.
4 next year. We did 3 this year.
Yeah, that's right. I think it just throws everybody off because we did that half-ass launch of it just to try it and make sure.
Right.
Yeah, but that
that's
was like the first camp out was September of 2018. The second camp out was April 2019.
That's when I went.
2020 was this year.
Mhm.
Blake, you came up with Blake from
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Panahachi or something. I can't remember the name of his town. Yeah. So I hit you up and I said, "Is anybody coming from the east?" And you're like, "Yeah, my boy Blake's coming from there." And so I went there, and I got a hotel the next morning. He met up with me at the hotel, and then we pounded like 500 or 600 miles together that day. Got there, partied that night. Not too well. He didn't go too hard. I don't want anybody to blame it on that. But
Let's just be real clear. Like you came to the first camp out. Hell
Not-
yeah, brothered out.
I wouldn't say
How-
out.
How tall were your apes
16s.
on your street glide?
Dual
Like,
exhaust, stretch bags, but stock stretch bags. But that's all I knew. I didn't really know anything about this
Yeah, that was in the camera.
performance
it's my bad.
style thing. And then and I really wasn't gonna change my bike because I was done with my bike. It was already done, and I was like, well, yeah, I really like that, but my next bike I'll do like that. And then I met my friend Kenny in Florida, and he has that what is it called? The Destroyer 114. It's a 124 now, but it's sick bike, Oland out, inverted front end. And that's the first guy I met in Florida with a performance bagger. I'm like, well, he can't have the only one in Florida now.
Yeah.
So then I had completely redid my bike again. So you've cost me a lot of money.
I feel like there's that. What's that meme where it's like that lady walking her kid, and then don't look at the biker, Timmy, and then he walks off and becomes full.
Yeah, he's all leathered up.
I feel like that's you. Like it happened.
Yeah. I went from what I know, which was bar hopping on the bike, to, ripping the Talamina and big roads like that, and just had a lot more fun doing that. And my bike, I was, not to sound cocky, I was out riding my suspension and stuff, and I was just dragging floorboards everywhere, and I had to do something to make it a little bit better, because me and Justin, my machinist, have a shit-talking relationship, and we always go back and forth the whole time together. And, given he's on a much older bike, which shows how well of a rider he is. But so I had to, just keep doing stuff just to try to beat the shit out of Justin.
Yeah.
It's, my only goal. And now my bike's burning oil like a motherfucker, and he keeps getting me off the whole shot, and it just pisses me off.
I think that's like with a lot of bikes, though, because there's 2 bikes that came to Sturgis with me. well, one bike came to Sturgis, and then one he met in Little Rock that within the past month they've already gone performance to be ready for his.
It happens, man.
They were
It's
all
like
hell
the
yeah,
fucking-
brother, apes, all that stuff, and they're sending me photos of
like
T-bars and short bags, and
The goddamn coronavirus.
they're all excited
Yeah,
for this camp
except
out.
it spreads
It's
faster.
contagious, man.
It's the Broona
Yeah.
virus.
Coronavirus.
No, it is. Well, the thing about it though is, it's not new, right? Performance motorcycles has been a thing forever, but it feels new to us, and it feels like not that we're all the same age, but like our generation, meaning this time frame and that 20 to maybe 45 or 50-year-old range. We just don't really identify with that whole like get back whip and fringe and colored like matching fucking outfits like Power Rangers to your bike club bullshit.
But all that
you know what
stuff,
I'm saying?
really dates you too, though. You got to keep that in mind. Like when you build one of these bikes with the stretch bags and all that,
We
it puts
look
you,
like we're having fun.
yeah.
And then
the performance bikes, yeah. And that's what I'm
I
saying.
remember,
it's
dude.
that
I rode my
timeless-
bike up here yesterday. I rode to work yesterday, and I was like in my town, Waxahachie down there, and I was coming through, and there was this dude that was at like a T intersection, and I was on my bike, and I was kind of looking over at him. And, I have a helmet on, he doesn't, and he would not look at me. Like he would not. I was like, bitch, I know you want to look at my bike. It's clean, you right? I am being arrogant there.
It's
But
like my Olin's set up on the rear.
yeah.
Everybody look at my suspension.
That's exactly why I don't like having mine down low because I want people to see it.
Oh, I'm
But no, but this dude was like, his bike was like all blacked out, but it had like straight yellow highlights on it. Where he had a whip on it, he had like some yellow things here and there, and then his vest was black and yellow. His club was black and yellow, and it was like, it's like, man, like you don't look like you have to put on an outfit to go ride your bike. When I feel like most of us, especially like this style of bike, like, yeah, you might be wearing Dixon flannel, and that's kind of part of the kit, but I also would wear this if I drove somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to wear your fucking black and yellow hat, and your black and yellow vest, and your black and yellow gloves, and, like, pull your whip off your bike and put it on your mirror on your car? Like, are you going to do all that shit every time you... Like, that's you really have an outfit.
It's getting away from the cosplay side of the Harley thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, go get your rings. We're going riding.
Go get your-
I can't
forget
wear
that
rings
FTW.
when I ride. They like fall off, like
Yeah.
from the vibrations. Anyways, it's not comfortable.
I feel like I feel like more people are going to like adopt this more naturalistic way of riding bikes and just, like, don't get me wrong, like there's a look too. Like people see the Dixon flannels, they see the Vans or whatever shoes it is, and they're like, oh man, that's a cool looking outfit. We all do that, you know what I'm saying? Like as men, like we're all
Man
Or
crush
like
it,
you said,
yeah.
you can wear it through anything. You can
Yeah.
wear
Yeah.
it
Crush it.
to a birthday party, to
But this is usually how, like, not saying like, not saying that everybody dresses this way, because Dixon flannel's only been around for 7 years now.
Yeah.
So they've been around for 7 years. So 8, 10 years ago, I know not everybody on the East Coast was wearing flannels like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But who's to say it's dope? It's cool. I fuck with it.
I'm ready
So,
to move up north because I got like a whole winter's supply of flannels now. That I can
Yeah,
just
you live in
be
Florida.
Dude, I
fresh as
own
hell. I have-
3. I own 2 Dixon flannels, and they're from 2018.
I have more Dixon flannels than cold days in Florida.
Yeah, I saw the one you pulled up in. I got that one. I was like, glad I didn't pack that one. I didn't want to come rolling up on the same
Yeah,
one you're
so
wearing.
I have 2 of them that are old. I want more. It's just like
Oh, I saw Jaden rocking this one.
I've honestly-
I was like, yep, I'm getting that
I've
one.
honestly been trying to find flannels that are the same quality, that are a different brand, just so I don't have to end up accidentally matching with everybody. But it's like I can't find ones that have the same kind of like texture, fabric, or whatever. So it's like it doesn't wrinkle and it looks crisp all the time, and it's like
And they have tall sizes.
yeah,
Which is
and they run
game
like
changer for
the
us big
sizes
guys.
themselves run a little bigger.
Yeah,
too,
I like
so
the
they're
fact that the only
comfortable.
thing that I wear in my life that's XL is a Dixon flannel right now. So thanks, Danny, for making me feel good about
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah,
No, but like I said, it's a look, man, and it's a style. And like, I mean, think about it. Like, this style of bike is is inspiring more people to wear helmets when they ride, right? Because it's part of the look.
it's right there. And if you're gonna pound miles cross country, you have to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be dead
like-
after 300
I love
miles.
it.
Just the wind
Dude,
kicking the shit out of you.
It just like inspired this thought that I've had this conversation. We might even have it today when we get to Strokers in a little bit. When you pull up and we're like, what kind of shoes you guys got on?
I got Vans.
You got them Chucks?
I got cowboy boots on.
All right, so Jesse's not in this conversation, but so we'll pull up. You'll have those on, but we all wear helmets, right? So we're gonna pull up with our helmets on, and then literally some fucking nerd that doesn't wear a helmet's gonna walk up and go, "You ride that bike with those shoes?"
Yeah,
They're not over the ankle, or they're not.
Yeah, they're not boots. Like, you're more worried about your fucking foot than your goddamn fucking head, dude.
Well, it's like those memes where you see, what was it, the memes going around where the guys on a motorcycle wearing face masks but no helmet.
Yeah.
You know, they're more worried about the COVID, but don't give a shit.
Or the people bringing their masks down to smoke a cigarette. It's like, you kind of, like, half-assing one safety thing and then full half-assing another safety thing.
Well, the worst part is, like, those days that, like, you jump outside, and I don't know if you get this in Florida much, but I know you probably get it up there when it's, like, 40 degrees, right? And you got a helmet on, it's blocking all the wind, but there's some fucking dude out there with a leather jacket on.
No helmet.
And no
got
helmet.
a beanie, he's got a beanie on, though.
It's like, dude, wear a fucking helmet. Like, nobody's
honest.
looking at you going, that biker's hot. You know what I mean? It's not a thing anymore, man.
Yep.
I'm going to be honest. The safety part of wearing a helmet is the least
reason to wear
reason
it. It's
I wear
so
a
much
helmet.
more
Yeah,
comfortable.
it doesn't matter.
A, I wear it to block the wind. B, sunburns. C, it looks cool. And then, like,
D, you got
like
headset,
at
you got
Z,
music.
I'm like,
you got,
oh, and it helps you if you crash. Like, that's
Yeah.
the last thing that
well, I've
I
had a
worry
bad
about.
crash. My sport bike days, I had a horrible crash on the highway where I was mid-flight and all that. I still got the helmet that I was wearing that day.
Hell yeah.
And, I mean, it is trash, but I wouldn't be here. I guarantee 100% I wouldn't be here if I didn't have the helmet on.
Yeah, speaking of Blake, going back to that, if he had any less of a helmet than that Simpson, he would not be here.
Yeah.
He still cracked his skull, but can you imagine if he was wearing
That
a
would've
half
been-
helmet
yeah,
or something?
That would
He would have been
a much
completely
different
done.
situation. Yeah.
I mean, that was a bad thing, but I don't know if we got into that. But yeah, Blake came out with us, and he went down on the first day.
Talamina.
Yeah, on the Talamina the
Was it
first
the
day.
I think it was Saturday.
Yeah, it was,
That was the big
Yeah,
ride.
because I think we only had that was when we only did Friday and Saturday, and then we left on Sunday. So we only really rode one day.
I'm still on the fence whether I should keep doing it Thursday, Friday,
I
Saturday.
think so. If we're going to travel that far, we need to do it. I almost did mine an extra day, but I was like still on the fence of how is this going to work out? Are people going to come? And then when I put the feelers out there with those couple posts, like, hey, would anybody be interested in this? Got a lot of positive feedback. And honestly, I was like, dude, if 15 people show up, I'd be stoked.
Yeah, but
That'd be fun.
yours is kind of an extra day with the extra travel day, and we have a spot that we're meeting at Thursday night.
Right,
So, I
right.
mean, in theory, some people that want to do the extra day,
So
you have
the
option.
reason why I ended up on mine doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday was the fact that, like, for you, if like at the time before COVID happened, because we did our camp out 2
Right after,
weeks
yeah.
after everything, probably 2 or 3 weeks after everything got shut down nationwide.
The COVID camp out, because we were
And
worried
then
about getting there.
Everybody, like, there was all
roadblocks.
this, like, see, he's doing it again. That's what got him fired the last
why
time.
don't you focus on podcasting and not worry about what the fuck I'm doing?
Because you're supposed to be focused on the podcast. So what happened was, like,
I'm gonna
I
tell
was.
Mom.
Fucking,
You better not.
Better not.
I don't know. Lost my trot.
this is
thought
your.
now.
the reason why you did the
God
3 days.
damn it,
The-
Jesse.
Hey,
the
this
reason that your
motherfucker lost
camp
his
out through
trot.
COVID started Thursday.
Oh, so, like, well, we had talked about doing it Thursday because originally there was, like, these groups of people coming from, like, Northern Cali. I had some people reach out from, like, Washington, Oregon, shit like that. They said they wanted to come, and they were, they would tag me like, "Hey, man, we're looking for people who's riding from here." And then, but this was like the beginning of April, so I mean, in April, our
Most
camp out was
places
the
were already
26th. Our camp out was April 26th this past year, and everything, like, got shut down nationwide, like, the beginning of April. Like, Texas was open. I know Daytona got shut down.
Arkansas shut down about end of March is when we
I
all
went
like
to
tattooing
Daytona,
and everything.
and it was like the one day everything was okay, and like the next
Yeah, they
day
shut it
were
down
like started shutting down vendors.
mid rally, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
then-
shut it down, but no one
Still
left.
did whatever. So, like, a lot of people, there was a lot of nobody knew what the fuck was really going on because there was all this shit saying, like, people thought that there was border checking, like, people at every border crossing. Like,
I did see a few just traveling on the road for
Yeah.
work. They didn't bother with the trucks, but they were pulling in cars into the scale houses to check temperatures and stuff like that, which I liked because I didn't get an overweight ticket that whole time because all the scale houses are shut down. But I was worried about being on the bike. Like, are they gonna pull me in and be like, "Are you traveling for fun?" Like, so I put some routes together going around those scale houses on the way there just to be safe.
yeah, so
But I went the long way this year.
I just don't think I don't see how that's even possible, though, for you to literally block the entire road. Like, when you go into California, they got those produce blocks, right? Then you go in, you got to check everything. Do you have any
agricultural stations?
Yes, is that what it is? So it's like that. There's always a fucking line for 5 or 6 miles just to do that.
Yeah, but they're doing that like in Australia, real big. Like if you're trying to go between like I don't know, I guess it's Sydney to Melbourne or whatever. If you're not going for work reasons, you can't go into the next. I don't know what they call it, states or They won't even. They have, but it's all the way across the whole entire highway, literally shutting it down and checking everyone. You have to have a special credential to show them, like government.
We had to have that with driving. We had to have a whatever it's called.
I have 93 Dixon flannels.
Yeah, there's comments up there. I was messaging back. Kano said, "Oh shit, did someone say strokers later?"
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir. Come on out.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna need a couch tonight. You game?
But no, that was kind of the thing is I had a lot of people that were going to come. We still had our biggest turnout ever, which was great. But the one thing that happened at our camp out this year that I wasn't really happy with is that I want people to camp together.
It clicked up.
Then it clicked up, and I don't want that to happen. So like this year, and it might be a thing where people are going to like get pissed off about that, but I'm doing this for a reason because the point of this is to meet people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if you're going to come here and you're going to ride from wherever you are and you're going to go make your own little fire in the corner somewhere
with the same people you either rode with or
like you're not going to expand your connection with people. You know, and part of the camp out or probably 50% of these campouts, yours, Steve's, mine, the PA camp out is about going to it, right? Like I get it. Some people are like, "Oh man, I think we're gonna load the bikes in the fifth wheel and come down." I'm like, "Cool. I'm glad you're coming. Awesome." But you're missing 50% of what this is about.
So this dude I met on Instagram, he was like, I think I bought something off of him, and then he's like, "I'm going to Steve's camp out too." I'm like, "Cool. I'll meet you there. We'll party. Get it done." He went to Steve's camp out, and then he nothing against him, but he never like came over and said hi or anything. He's like, "Oh, I just kind of hung out with my friends over there." I go, "You could have did that in a garage where you're from. Like, you didn't have to come all that way and not party with us. Like, it should be where you come to meet friends." And this is why I haven't invited a lot of people from my hometown to my camp out, if anybody, because I want to give all my attention to these new people, and I want to make friends and connections all around the country, which every weekend now, you notice I go and I'm in a different state and I have a little time off and I go hang out with another friend. And it's just, through these campouts, I've made so many friends all around the country, and it's literally changed my life. So that's why I was like, well, I want to throw my own camp
That's
out.
what it's all about is just building friendships with new people across, the whole country.
And it doesn't even have to be the campouts. A lot of, I met Craig through Tony's anniversary party.
I don't remember that.
At Rebels Den. Well, we were drinking White Claws together.
I don't remember that.
We were drinking White Claws under a tent.
In Texas, by the way.
But
doing donuts in my Peterbilt.
Yeah. So and Kyle and all them were down, and so it's not just that. I mean, just anything motorcycle community. Period. Don't be afraid. I think it's when you were talking with the Houston crew on the podcast, and you were talking about like you don't fuck with local bike nights. You want to do a bike night that's going to take you 100 miles away,
it's not the bike night. It's
not the bike, but the
bike
event.
Rides.
Yeah. You want to go somewhere. You don't want to just jump on your bike and hop to the bar that's around the corner that you could do in your car. You want to travel somewhere, meet new people, whatever. And that's what this was about. This is why I wanted to come down. I've seen you, I've met you, but I've never really had conversations with you. But when we were in Sturgis and met all the crew and at the little bar making.
Well, so that's another thing. Like, so Sturgis is another example. So, and I get worked up, and I'm I apologize to everybody that I do this to, but like I'm such a host-minded person, right? Like I want everybody to.
You're a people pleaser.
I want people to experience this the way that I have, right? Like I don't even care. Like I think the first time I took Jesse to San Francisco, I still took him through the same route that I would take every other biker that went there with me, so they see the bridge the same way the first time and blah, 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 like when we went up to Battery Spencer and shit. Like, I'm all about showing you the things that I found to be amazing for myself, right? So I get, whenever you're trying to – it's kind of like when you take somebody to your favorite restaurant because this fucking place has the best enchiladas. Yeah. And they order a fucking burger, right?
Defeats the purpose, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, no.
You don't understand why we're here.
You do your favorite steakhouse and they get it well done.
Fuck off.
And then they put sauce on it.
Yeah, let me get some. You got A1?
Dude, me and my wife cooked steak the other night. And she went and bought steaks and everything. She marinated, and I did like I've been watching YouTube videos to like do like I guess a reverse sear or whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, just
on the iron skillet.
Seal in the.
Yeah, I cooked it good. It was probably more medium on mine because it was a thicker steak. Hers was probably more medium well. But then I'm like, all right, cool. Where's the A1 sauce at? And she goes, I didn't get any. I was like, I literally felt it come out. Like I was going to like.
Take the other hand, push it back down.
Went to the garage to grab the get back whip.
I just went and played with I don't know, man. I was like, I almost beat my wife.
Yeah.
And now we're demonetized for sure.
Here we go.
I think that stuff still flies in America, right?
No.
Oh, shit.
Is that frowned upon?
I'm moving.
I don't know
Canada
what's
with
frowned upon anymore. Every week.
But no, so that's the point about the campouts. That's the point about all this shit. And I think that I get so wrapped up in wanting people to experience it this way because it did change my life as well. And it's changed everybody else. I think a lot of people's lives that have really completely accepted camping
Jesus Christ.
as their Lord
camping.
and Savior.
Yeah.
T-bars as their Lord and Savior.
Yes.
So, but it gets to that point where it's like, like Sturgis, for instance. Everybody's like, hey, we're going to Sturgis. Where are you going to be at? I'm like, we're going to be at this campground. I told you this shit 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago. Come to this campout or this campground. It's going to be like the other ones.
It was free.
It was free for a couple people.
For you, maybe.
Justin got away with like $35 the entire time.
Yeah, Justin paid for one night.
And Adam, the other guys with us, my stupid ass bought me and my wife like the 4-day pass, $200-something bucks.
I was coming and going as I pleased. They just thought I was there.
Because when we showed up originally, Craig was already there. So the dudes at the front saw him come in and out with us all the time. So they just assumed he was with us.
Yeah, they bought the $35 wristband. They would just do this real quick.
I had a wristband on from my campsite.
Yeah. So the thing was that like people would be like, hey man, we're here in Sturgis. Where you at? I'm like, dude, this isn't a place where we meet up and like, hey, I want to meet you because I listen to your podcast.
Like, I got 20 people I'm entertaining right now.
Yeah, dude, like you could have camped here, right? But you wanted to stick with your Hell Brother crew over here because you're not
Hell Brothers.
Because you're not,
movie, isn't it? That's Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy. Because maybe they're I wouldn't say insecure, but maybe they're just kind of nervous about completely putting themselves in a vulnerable situation to come hang out with us. The fucking dude, I forget his name, but I just saw him again in goddamn Brooklyn. They rode his Road Glide all the way from New Jersey, I believe. I think it was like...
Was he with us?
Yeah. He camped right next to you. He had a Road Glide, like an older one. Cool-ass dude.
Lone Wolf?
No, Lone Wolf was...
He was from the West.
He was from Chicago area.
That's what he said.
Yeah. But no, the West.
What's up with him in West in general? Any kind of West
Everything's
that's
west.
like-
Of,
The
anything
rest of the
out
Mississippi is what he's trying to say.
I fucking forgot his name. I feel bad. So he's cool as shit, man. Real good dude. But this dude rode solo all the way. Camped. He heard it. He came and camped with us and partied with us. And he's fucking raised, dude.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, just do that.
I'm trying to remember. I know I probably know.
I know his name's on the tip of my tongue.
later, but
you know what I mean?
So I stayed an extra night after you guys already packed up and started heading to Wyoming. We stayed an extra night. Man, the campground, like the tone of the campground when y'all cleared out that whole spot. Yeah. And I remember me and my wife came pulling back up on it, and there's just our little tent there and nothing else. It was like a desert town. It was definitely much better.
So we stayed at the same campsite we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The location y'all picked was like
that
prime.
location
I mean, it was like
fucking awesome.
So
bars
we
right there.
actually camped. You know where me and you camped at? We actually camped right across the little. So
instead of being on the left, we were on the right.
So we were in
so
between
close to the bar.
Okay, so you were in the middle then.
Yeah. So
between the
then you
bathrooms
walk right up
and
to
the bar.
Yeah,
and
so
then
you
right
just
to
go
the
up that little hill right there.
Yep.
To go to the
Dude, that
fuck
hill
yeah.
can be
It was
a
perfect.
challenge
It was
sometimes.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
That was a good spot, man. And it's right there at the highway, so you don't have to go into town and out of town. You don't have to worry about that.
You could literally, like, I walked to the Sturgis a couple times, or just to the main part of what was going on, just
to watch and look.
Yeah, because I knew I was gonna get fucked up, and I was like, then it was like getting later in the day. They start, you know how they start getting on your ass, like you even stumble a little bit, they'll fucking pull you over. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just walk. It's like a mile, and just go down there and get trashed. And so that's what's dope about it is it's so close, and it's also like there's a bar on the fucking
and
spot.
that and this probably one of the only campgrounds that actually has like shade trees. I think the Iron Horse and all those other ones, they clear. It's just an open field, and you're just out in the sun.
See, that's the thing about that Camp Zero that all these fucking Instagram nerds want to go to. I camped there with Steve. It was horrible. I hated it.
Yeah.
It was a field. It's Camp Zero because
It's
it has
dusty,
zero
it's-
amenities. There's nothing there. It's like, oh, you just, and it's funny because it's like, Kudos to the Chip for making this campground for everybody that's kind of more on the going to Sturgis on the budget. But it's like they also did a good job marketing it because they used everybody that's from the West Coast or the other side of the Rockies.
So what is that? Is that Chip's like cheaper resort? Okay.
So like all the Go Fast Don't Die dudes from Wyoming and all those guys are over there and they're doing like mini bike things and shit like that. But which is cool. Don't get me wrong. That shit's fun. We just witnessed some of that shit at Sandoval's this past weekend. But dude, I don't want to ride. If I go fucking the Deadwood, I don't want to ride to Sturgis and then have to go through Sturgis stop signs
every time
to get back to my campsite, which is in a field
Dusty,
with no trees.
dirt, everything.
Those stop signs are a damn field test.
There's nowhere to buy beer out there. There's one gas station. It's probably sold out because every fucking other big, massive Walmart-sized campground.
Well,
is
a lot
out
of those
there.
campgrounds, you can't even. They check you. You can't even bring outside beer.
Well, I think
the Chip you can't.
Yeah, I think you can at the
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero and shit.
Yeah,
but
the Chip you have to buy, and the Chip.
So a lot of people went there because they, when me and Steve, and I've said this a million times, there's nothing against those guys from Go Fast, Don't Die, whatever their thing is. They're all solid dudes, but their crowd seemed to be more interested in
The persona.
social media personas than actually living this life of their T-shirts, in a sense. I know that Grady
good damn
does.
slogan.
I know Grady does. I've seen him in action. This dude's do it, but he's got a lot of people that just kind of seem to follow him.
Yeah.
And like we were all sitting around a campfire, and I remember because I was starting to get real fucking like boomerish, if you will, because I'm older than a lot of those dudes. And so I'm sitting around the fire, and me and Steve were just pulled up. We just ripped fucking 600 miles to get to Sturgis. We just got fucked up at Buffalo Wild Wings with the Thundermax guys. We finally get to the campsite, and we're ready to fucking party. And we come up, and everybody's sitting around a fire on their phone.
Right.
That's
That drives me
tight.
nuts.
And I'm like, don't get me wrong, you can be on your phone or whatever, but nobody's like talking to anybody. Nobody's like saying anything about something going on. There's
Until they're like, hey, you guys want to do something that would look really cool in pictures?
exactly. And so what happened was that dude Grady walked up and goes, hey, let's make a jump real quick and jump these mini bikes. Everybody just like a switch went off and they had energy and enthusiasm. And I'm like, y'all are gay.
Yeah.
That's gay. Like, dude, we should all be partying right now. We should all be living this experience.
Show
up.
me your butthole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Let's get this shit going. Ooh, speaking of butthole, you remember that? Were you there for that girl dancing on the pole on our table?
The kicked
Which
all the
one?
beers.
The one with the hairy area?
Snatch.
It was coming out of her shorts, man. It was bad.
Was
like,
it the one I got the video of? The
yeah,
thinner
yeah,
one?
her, yeah. Dude, me and Ashley, Cody's wife, were sitting across from each other, and we were like watching her, and then we both spotted it at the same time, just looked at each other like, you see that too? Like, it was
Larry was trying to bang her.
gross.
No, Larry's trying to bang the
old
old
lady.
one. He was trying to bang the
It
grandma.
was
We're
a
talking
young
about the
one
young
before
one.
you got
Oh,
there.
you're talking about the fucking pole dancer chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't horrible, but she was raised by wolves, I believe.
She jumped up and just took
And
control
has
of the
the
pole.
same
She
hygiene.
was the one that was sitting across from our campsite that was twirling the baton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were convinced she was on like ecstasy or something. She didn't have a shirt on when she was doing that, if I believe.
She did. I don't think anybody saw her boobs.
Huh.
No, grandma was the one that Larry kept making out with, and then at one point
Her brother like was grabbing her
Wait,
ass.
Larry
Yeah,
doesn't have a
yeah.
girlfriend,
Brother.
does he?
There's some shit going on.
and then
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that brother.
Here, you switch it. I'm gonna go pee. You can tell them the story.
I don't really remember the whole story, but like the brother was there.
it was almost like he was her pimp though, because he was like kind of like
He's like, oh, yeah, that's my sister.
That's my sister.
She's
Yeah.
a little crazy, and he,
like pushing her
Smack her
along.
on the butt, yeah.
Pushing her along to like
yeah.
be in our little
What
circle.
the
It's like,
fuck?
it's my sister.
And this is
I love her.
after
Put
this
it
is
in
after
your
the
mouth.
table this size has 3 stacks of beer cans all the way across it.
Not this size.
Oh
Three
yeah,
of these.
yeah.
It was 3 of
Almost the
these
length of
long.
this
Yeah, I
room.
saw the Instagram
Dude, that
videos
was
and shit.
hard fucking work.
Yeah.
I like thought we were on vacation. We put a lot of beers down there.
Well, I was sitting across from Larry. Larry's the one who gave her permission to kick all the cans.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So everyone got
I
mad.
I
wasn't
would have.
mad
I
at
would
it.
have personally been
The girls
very
were
mad.
pissed about
Well, he
it.
made it as a joke. He was saying something like, if you show your tits, because she walked up and
Oh, she
whispered in
showed
his
her
ear.
tits as she kicked down the
She was-
beers.
well, that's because everyone was booing her. I mean, what would you do if everyone was booing
The
you?
girls were pissed, and I was laughing so hard. I'm looking at Jace, who has a camera, and I'm like, you're not going to take a picture of this? He's just like, I'm living this moment. Like,
Yeah, I don't think anybody pulled their phones out.
No, none of us did.
None of
We
us.
were like,
Until
we
after we
didn't
left, we're like, what? No one captured
We didn't
that?
want to miss it. we were like, oh,
It's
this
all
is
in the- it's all in the
amazing.
moment.
But I'm like, man, I wish I had that on
I mean, she
camera
was
now.
picking cans up and throwing them at random people.
Kicking
Literally
them
throwing
at all
cans.
Why were they
us.
booing her?
And they were going, she was going,
Because she's
fuck you, and had
Grandma,
her tits
she
out.
pulled her tits out and was
She
doing
was
all this
like-
stuff, and nobody wanted to see it. Like, it,
Oh,
it
so
wasn't
she's
nothing
sexually
flattering.
harassing the entire bar?
I don't think that we didn't want to see it. I mean,
I didn't want to see it.
they're boobs. I don't care how old you are. I want to see them.
The old Ron
Jesse,
White, that
show
old,
me them titties.
No, I don't want to
that
see.
old
I don't
Ron
want to
White,
see old
that
titties,
Ron
man.
White stand up where you talked about. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
It don't matter if you've seen one, you want to see them all.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one
you
I didn't
wanna
want to
see
see.
these
Nah,
titties? Hell yeah.
roll
All
them
right,
back
roll
up.
'em up.
Roll them up. But nah, Larry made a joke with her, and she's like, she just whispered in his ear. She's like, I want to knock those cans over. And Larry just kind of leaned back and just said, you know, you show your tits, you can kick some of the cans over, something like that.
Which is the same girl that the saying, I don't want no dick, came from. 'Cause
What did
we
her
got
shirt
back.
say? What did her shirt say?
Her shirt said,
It said something.
it was something that went along with Cano's shirt. No, Jones'
said something about grandma.
Cano's shirt.
Grandma's Gone Wild. That's what it was. I think it said Grandma's Gone Wild, didn't it?
Gone wild,
But the night before, she had a different shirt on that went with like.
But she had like her
Cano's
just
shirt.
underwear with some leather chaps.
No, Cano had that shirt, something like I
I'm not
won't go
Mr.
down on
right, but I'll fuck you till he shows up or something like
that. And then I think he has the I'll go down on your sister one too or some shit. Maybe.
Wild. Maybe
I
he'll
love
tell
that
us
guy.
in the chat.
Oh wait, where's Cano? Oh shit, did somebody say strokers?
I like my beer like I like my violence, domestic.
Cur's
you're
that,
crazy.
brother. Cur's that.
Oh, Trenton's on there too.
Oh man.
But no, that spot, like for Sturgis, that's where next year when we go. I want to say in that
100%,
same.
yeah.
That was perfect. I mean, the shower, and I don't know if you've been there before, so I don't know if it was COVID or what, but I was talking to other people about it. I was like, man, anytime I went to the bathroom, the shower's always clean.
always clean.
Everything was like,
Yeah, it was clean like
Up
that
and
when
up.
we were over there.
it had the fucking laundry room.
Yeah, I used to
The
come over
food
y'all's
truck was
campground and take
tight. I mean, it
dumps.
was good. Every morning I get a breakfast sandwich
Yeah.
up there, eat something
What year
good.
did we go? 2017?
18.
2018?
17. My
It
bad.
was like
the first year I had the FXR.
Yeah, because I had literally just turned 21.
No,
Yeah.
it was a.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I look way older because
Are
all
we allowed to
the
cuss in front of you?
all the disappointments.
What was
Yeah.
it like shooting that scene where you went into the semi truck?
I didn't get that at first. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's the point of the thing is like, you know, you're trying to convey, hey, man, if for all the people out there that haven't been to Sturgis, we figured out a great place. If you want to come party with us, then this is where to come.
Yeah.
And then it's like every day, like, hey, man, I'm in Sturgis, want to meet up. I want to say hi to you. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm like, all right, where you staying at? Oh, we're at the Pappy Hole campground. I was like, why aren't you staying here? It's like,
Yeah.
come on,
It's
bro.
a one
Cheaper,
dude-
but I think the only downside is you can't have a campfire, but that's because of all the trees, I'm sure.
One dude rode from California by himself. The truck driver.
Yeah, yeah,
California, right?
yeah. I think I was like, hey, man, meet Craig. He's
Yeah,
the truck
yeah.
driver.
'Cause the trucking thing. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. He came out there by himself and just like showed up and just wanted to party.
Yeah.
That's badass. It's just crazy that a podcast or something that can make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. I think that's what it's all about. Just motivating people to get out
Show
there and
your
do stuff.
butthole, things like that.
Yeah. Butthole stuff.
See them spokes.
We need to get. I need to get microphone or headphones for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so weird not having it because you hear everything with the headphone.
It's so much easier to focus on conversations with the
Yeah.
headphones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got ADD bad. I probably
Yeah,
do.
me too.
Well, it's like when you have the headphones on, like you get all the little small like, you know, and it's like it kind of goes with the conversation and the narrative a lot.
So it doesn't sound like so much dead air in between. You almost hear
Well,
the
no,
little sounds.
it's not really that. It's just like
Because if I mumble something real quiet
yeah.
in there, he might not pick it up. But if you got headphones on, they do. Yeah, you like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Makes it a lot more nuanced.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, that's the point is like to get people to come to these things, but to just maybe be a little bit more accepting that we figured out what to do for you guys.
Yeah, the FXR
So-
show.
So, like, before I went to your first camp out, I have never crossed the state line on a motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
And that was, what, a year and a half ago? And since then, I've ridden to Texas 5 times, ridden to Michigan, rode my bike to Sturgis solo via Michigan, and back to Little Rock. Now it's like my bike doesn't even see Florida anymore. My longest ride back then was 500 miles a few times down to Key West. That's the first I went. But now I got this, like, bug where I see 1,000 miles. I'm like, I could do it in a day.
Yeah.
It's like almost feel like teleporting, especially coming from such a slow truck with all these freaking
I mean, that's a lot.
Have you not heard about teleporting?
No.
Man, that's an OG joke for this podcast.
Oh.
So what you do is you pull your dick out. Then you, everybody's got to touch tips, and then boom, we go to Narnia.
You have to have at least 3.
Oh, it's like Captain America with the rings, but
no,
dicks.
that's Captain Planet.
So it's
Yeah,
not docking,
Planet,
it's
yeah.
just
But then
teleport,
we
huh?
translated that joke into just putting your front tires on your bike together.
Yeah.
So it's not so gay.
Oh, okay.
We can make it gay. But anyway, you said
much we
teleport. You said teleport, so it kind of put me in this like mood.
The lights aren't helping, man.
For now, when I want you to come out and party, I'm just going to call you and whisper teleport.
That's actually going to work.
What were you saying about riding across state lines?
Yeah, now I look at that many miles as like, oh, dude, I can get there pretty quick.
Yeah.
But like, you know, in a trucker's mind, you're like with electronic logs and all that stuff. You're like, well, that's a 2-day drive, this and that. But like, I hop on the bike, I'm there.
Yeah.
So it's cool that it opened up. Like, I want to do a California trip. I just want to split lanes legally. I just want to try it.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. I mean,
Dude,
my crash bars are going to catch every fucking tire.
That was kind of
Trent said that's
Yeah,
how
he
I'm
caught
getting,
the damn poles.
Trent
dude,
said
in the
that's how I'm
hotel.
getting to
I caught the
Florida.
poles in the hotel roof last night. What's that?
Trent said that's how I'm getting to Florida. He's talking about us teleporting.
I thought he was riding on the back of my bike.
Dude,
Trent
I
was
thought he was riding on the back of my bike.
Oh,
Kyle
shit, we're in
Jive
trouble.
Honky pulled up last night, and we for some reason we all kind of thought that Trent was going to jump in the car with Kyle. Trent wrecked, and his legs all fucked up right now. So we just felt like, what would we say, Jesse? Like,
Said better will.
We thought Trent was going to be on the back of Kyle's bike when
And
he
then, like,
pulled up.
Kyle pulls up to the front door, and then I just felt like Trent was going to like reach around like this. Hey guys. Because, like, he's fucked up, so I thought he was going to be, like, strapped to fucking Kyle or some shit like that, you know?
Leg elevated.
Yeah, and then Kyle pulled up and didn't have Trent on the back.
You can
and,
see all the fucking fuzz on my back.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to tell you earlier, dude.
I tried.
And then he pulls up and Trent's on the back and he didn't say anything. And I was like, dude, he missed a great opportunity to make a fucking joke. Like, he could have just pulled up and looked behind him and freaked out, you know? Oh, fuck, where's Trent? Like,
That's funny.
But no, I'm trying to. That's why I was kind of in the mix of trying to figure out Florida, whether riding or not, because I want to try to ride to California in December.
oh,
Bad.
Trent said, why didn't I do that?
There goes my Christmas.
Hold on. Go get his
Trying to go
face.
to California.
I want to do it. I want to say that I've done coast to coast.
See, that's what I'm trying to do this year, because actually being in Long Island, New York, and seeing the Atlantic Ocean 100%, and then riding back here, and then like going all the way to California, which for me also would work out because I could do podcasts while I'm out there and shit like that.
Yeah,
But
you can do a work trip. Yeah,
that's the main goal.
and it's a write off.
I mean, everything's right out for me.
Yeah, because you live your job.
So it's like so I was like, man, you know, because I got one more trip out of my tires right now, and then I need new tires, right? So do Florida, but then I need new tires before I do the Cali thing.
You sell your motor yet?
Yeah, sold it.
I need fucking tires
That was a good price.
before I go.
I almost
out
jumped
to
on it because I
Florida.
was like, I'd love to have 2 motors to get one going while the other one's
Getting built,
being
yeah.
used. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good price. Like I said, when I sell things, I try to put it at a price where it's like, don't bitch,
Right.
don't haggle me.
Right.
I'll raise the price on you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, like, look, this is a good price. It's got a cam. It's got everything. It does have mileage on it, but it's a good running motor. So, you know, what do you think I'm gonna give it to you for $600, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what a lot of people were hitting me up like, hey man, how much you want to sell that motor for? I was like, I'm thinking about selling for about $2,000 shipped. Right?
That's good. Yeah. Shipping's probably a couple hundred, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple $100 depending on where you're at.
Mhm.
And like, oh man, I don't know if I want to spend that much. It's got a lot of mileage on it. I'm like, bitch, you're buying a 50,000 mile Evo motor for $2,200, right? But you don't want to buy a 37,000 mile M8 motor that has a cam and all this other shit in it that still runs fine.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
It's
dude.
one of those things like how much, dude? If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Well, there goes 75% of everything I've ever done.
Yeah, I'm the same way. When I get ready to sell something, I just want to move it. I don't want to give it away, but I don't want to sit there and have to.
I usually
have it.
give my shit away because I'm not a very good salesman, and I feel guilty selling stuff to people.
I
This
price it
T-shirt
fair.
thing like took me. I was like, man, are these too expensive? But I need to sell. I had to sell like 25 T-shirts to break even.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, anything after that, I don't want to make a profit. So I'm like, well, I'll take that money and maybe throw it down on beer or keg or put it back into the Campout tube lights. Because I don't know if they're going to have lights out there. And the difference between the Fast Life Campout and the Up North Campout is lighting.
Yeah.
We have no lights up the Up North. It's a blast, but we trip a lot. It's like physically? It's pitch black. We're tripping over each other. We're having conversations, and we're like, who are you? Like lighting lighters in people's faces. And the tube lights, like going through the trees, really is a mood change.
You're talking about like the
you know, Sandoval has those lights like you have.
They're what are those things called? Those fucking like patio light type things, like.
You mean like the little hanger lights?
Yeah.
The twinkle lights.
They make construction
like Edison
ones
lights
that you can bring
shit.
tree to tree, and I'm just gonna get some of those. If they don't, because I called them and said, "Do you guys have lighting where we'll be camping?" And they're like, "We're still renovating that area. We'll let you know in a couple weeks. But if not, you know, I'm gonna take that money and put it back into the Campout because you know I don't want to turn a profit on it. I just want it to be awesome."
So that's the thing. Like I've been having a lot of people wanting to reach out and sponsor the Campout, right? But I don't.
Then you got to act a different way.
No. So this is you know what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about taking their thing, their money,
and throwing it into the Campout.
And yeah, but doing like shirts, like you know you did shirts, but like having like somebody physically make a badass shirt. Like I already got a vision of like
my shirt's not badass.
Not as good as mine's gonna be.
Oh fuck you! Mine is so sick.
But like I got this vision of like the way I want the shirt to be for ours. This next one coming up with like having the K River sign on it. I got this really dope picture of Steve from our anniversary party this year flipping off the camera, and it just seems fitting to have him on the shirt doing this, which he doesn't need any more plugs and advertisement from anybody in America because he's so fucking like famous now and shit. But all these different things, and then whoever the sponsor is, be like the sponsor of the Campout, they'll have their little logo integrated in this like monologue or montage of this picture.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And use just the sponsorship money for like the shirts and like advertising of the Campout. So it's not necessarily like.
Are you just gonna sell the shirts for cost?
I'll sell the shirts and I'll probably make some money if that's. We are in America, dude.
Yeah.
So
capitalism.
Yeah.
I just didn't want anybody to think I was capitalizing on a Campout kind of thing, like oh he's
but you can't look. You
he's
can't
starting a Campout to make money. I'm like, no, motherfucker, it was a risk. Yeah. If I didn't sell X amount of shirts, I was gonna lose my ass. But I'm fine with that. I was fine with losing my ass. It was too good of a drawing. To waste it.
I don't want to make money in the sense that like. Put like this, I would love to make money during the Campout, right? But I want to do it honestly, right? And that's always been the issue. It's like I don't want to come in. I don't want to charge you $5 to get into the campground plus you pay for your camping fees.
Right.
I want this thing to be the cheapest and most easy thing for you to do, and no matter where you're coming from in America, because I don't want to hear your bullshit. Oh, I can't get off work. I can't do this. I don't want to hear it. This shit's costing you $15 a night. You're not going to get a cheaper place to stay, right?
Even by the way, the Scooter Haven is, I believe, $10 per night per tent, not per head. So it's going to be pretty damn cheap there, too.
Yeah. So that's the whole point. It's cheap, and you want to make it accessible for everybody. But now that we're coming up on year 4, right, or the 4th Campout, I don't know if it's like money. Like I'm not necessarily looking for money out of the deal, but I would like to make it bigger somehow. And to make it bigger, it means more money has to come in. But it's pretty fucked up if everybody thinks that I should keep paying for everything to be better without getting anything in return.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
because it is a lot of effort to get these going.
It is.
There's a lot of phone calls. There's a lot of orchestrating. I could just show up and tell people to show up, and then we get there, and it's just like,
so what are we doing?
We're in a field that's not.
You didn't pay me, bitch.
It's not mowed. We're sleeping in tall grass because I didn't call anybody. We don't have any lights out there. It's just like I'm trying to get everything going. They're actually getting annoyed with me at that campground because I keep calling them like, "Hey, do you have this in line?"
When all these people show up, you'd be like, "You annoyed now, motherfuckers?"
Yeah.
Like, let them have it.
And we're gonna spend money in the bar.
Yeah, maybe.
A lot of us don't have coolers, so we're gonna be, hey, there's a bar right there. Drinks are on donation.
Is there a Chili's or Applebee's close by?
No, we're in the woods, man. Like there's 3 gas stations in the whole town, and they're on the same corner, and there's nothing else in the whole town. It's where all my friends' hunting camps are. Like it's in the middle of nowhere.
Is there deer out
there? The good thing is there's going to be no like noise ordinance or anything, and we'll be able to. There's 2 cops in the whole town, So
we could take them.
yeah, so
You can overthrow the town.
we'll just
It's like
we'll
Dukes
just,
of Hazzard, huh?
we'll just pop Jesse's tire. We'll sacrifice him,
Yeah, there you go.
so he has to pull over, and then he'll take all the
I
tickets
don't
for us.
remember signing up for that.
Turn off his mic.
he has all the control of it. I don't have any of it.
He turns me off.
Now that's the hard thing. So that's why it's been hard for me, and I think that as the camp house going for you and even Steve, it's not that you want to make a profit on it, but you want to find a way to take some of the money that's being generated by the camp out to make the camp out better.
And I also wanted something that people could show, like, I rode this ride, and I got there, and I earned this shirt, and that's why I won't send shirts to anybody. Like, come there and get it. It's like a kind of a poser
That's cool,
thing.
yeah.
Like, I don't want you to, like, oh, I ordered a shirt. I mean, I can make a fucking killing the amount of people hit me up who want it mailed to them, but I'm not going to do it. I'm like, no, you're not wearing one of these shirts unless you were there.
No, that's cool. I mean, there's
Yeah.
tattoo shops that do that won't ship shirts out. It's like, you got to come to our shop, see the environment,
Yeah.
see the
Yeah,
the
be a
space.
part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
can
don't
buy
get a
shirt.
Tough Mudder tattoo if you didn't do the Tough Mudder.
I mean, you can.
I know you. Is that what you do?
No,
You're doing them, huh?
But yeah,
Copyright,
so
motherfucker.
that's kind of the thing, man. So it's like, and at the same, I feel like a lot of people probably deal with this conundrum of like, when you start to grow yourself or you grow your brand or your ideas, whether it's like the podcast or whatever, like when I feel like sometimes I've heard people say like, man, like, a lot of people, for instance, like maybe, and I'm not trying to turn this into a Patreon conversation, but a lot of people,
Ooh, I like where this is going.
yeah. We have a lot of listeners this podcast. We don't have a lot of Patreon support, right? And I'm still very appreciative of what I do have.
I'm still working on see the way my bank account works.
Yeah, I got money in my savings, and I got.
It's not the end of
transfer
the
it.
world that they don't. Like it isn't a big deal. But like when you look at the listener numbers versus that, you kind of like get a little like really like it's
Yeah.
kind of weird, for
I like-
$1 or some shit.
I like-
But the thing is that a lot of people, and even Justin Hingham High told me this. He's like, man, I don't
Love that guy.
like you're doing all the shit I want to do. I don't want to pay you to like do what I want to be doing. I'm like, I get that, but you asked how much these cameras cost. All that little thing right there. I owe a lot of money in taxes right now, and I shouldn't have bought that 2 days ago.
I'm in the same boat.
But I was like, fuck it, like I want it. And I want to make this podcast a better thing, and I want it to be a better experience for everybody that's actually here and the ones that are seeing it on the screen here.
I know how much you're making on the podcast. You've told me before, and it doesn't cover half the shit.
It doesn't. So it's like I have to paint. Going out of town, going to Milwaukee and all that stuff. Like, first off, everybody out there that listen, like, I didn't get a free motor. That didn't happen.
Yeah, you paid hundreds of dollars for that thing.
Hundreds.
Tens of dollars for that thing.
What I actually did was I traded a paint job that they're building at that dealership.
Right.
A paint job on a lowrider S and a helmet for
And
a
your
close
paint
friend.
jobs are worth easy $200-300.
It's crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
Twice what I make.
So that's exactly what I did. I traded a deal, and then they helped me out to bring on a lot of guests from Milwaukee. So it was a really great
Yeah,
deal.
you did a lot from there. They're
Yeah, I was
still
surprised to
coming
see
out.
how many casts came out
Just
from
in the
that
same
little trip.
spot.
That was
Yeah.
So
awesome.
the whole trip. So from what I've released so far, what I have left in the barrel ready to shoot out is 7 podcasts still to release
From that trip?
from that trip.
Wow, that's insane.
So like this one will come out. We'll put this out on Monday, like audio version, and then later on the day I got Paint Huffer coming through here, and we'll do his probably on Wednesday or Thursday.
You're going to be so drunk by the time he gets here.
I know it's gonna be bad. But it's weird because like I've got a lot, not just the money, man, the time, man. It's being away from work, going on these trips, doing this stuff, getting the guests on. Jesse, I was telling him, was like, man, this podcast thing is like this. Like we planned to do this podcast right now last night originally it was 6 p.m. Then it was 8 p.m. Now it's 10 a.m.
I did not agree to any of these times, for the
Yeah.
record.
So it's like, but that's the thing. It's like I don't have the luxury when you're trying to create content for everybody in the world. I don't have the luxury of being like, well, the window's closed, buddy. Like now I have to adjust my whole life to make it work in those things. So like,
Right, because I really wanted to do it because I'm in this. I have so many friends now, especially in Dallas, and all this stuff just from this podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that'd be really cool to do it. To do the thing that I started listening to that changed my perspective on riding. And I was like, man, that'd be so dope to do it. But then I was trying to get loaded yesterday. I got there at 11 in the morning.
I can look at it back at the text messages.
Yeah, 11 in the morning.
I was ready at 2 o'clock.
I sat
and
there
I kept I wasn't trying to bother them, but about every hour I would sit there and say, "So what's it looking like?"
I felt so
He's
bad.
in his driveway sitting on his bike.
I was all geared up. I was sending him pictures. The bag
He's
was
gonna
strapped.
pull around the corner any minute. Right?
I thought I was going to get in and out, and then I was going to be here by 8. And then I sat there for 8 hours in a parking lot waiting to get
I was
loaded.
even telling him to go, put some $20 in the hand of the guy, and he's like, "Nah, it's a machine and a CB."
Yeah, we don't deal with anybody. They call you on the CB, and then they print out your stuff out of a scale house, and then you leave. But, I mean, I charge them $100 an hour, so at least it was worth it.
So I ended up waiting at the bar, found a bar that was close to where his bike's parked at, and waited there for him until he was able to get. And I think it was about 8 o'clock we got on the road.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be here at 8, and we didn't even leave Little Rock until 8.
I was like, meet me at this gas station. He gets there, like, right before me, and
Yeah, I was
these
like, I'm not
dudes are
staying
pulling
at the
guns in the
literally
parking
guys
lot
walking out
and-
of the gas station, guns not in hand, but in the air, bitching about the folks inside the gas station. And I was like, man, little white guy, clean motorcycle. I'm gonna go over here in this parking lot and wait for.
I went there because I haven't, it's free target practice for a Floridian.
Well,
I mean, just get her done.
Arkansas's laws are a little different, so I don't think you can just go around. Especially
Just, you
in city
shoot
limits.
them and then you yell, "I'm new."
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
to do.
new.
I'm new.
Show 'em
This is
Florida.
coming from a certified NRA instructor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know,
just
man.
don't shoot him in the back, right? Turn around.
Turn around, shoot him in the front, and say that was the first one.
Yeah.
That's mean.
We got a ride today.
But no, it was fun still. I mean, we made it.
We got a ride today.
I'm gonna watch that one there.
I'm gonna get fired.
How do you like the experience of like being here in the studio? And
I love it. I mean, I built this with my own 2 hands.
you did help build the studio, so it's only fitting that you get to come in almost a year later.
Right? Yeah. That's he's paying me for my labor right now.
This is a bribe.
Hey man, I still owe you, right? Oh, well, just come on the podcast. That's worth a couple $100.
The lights are cool. It's like really sets a setting, and when you're watching it on like YouTube and stuff, which I have, it really does set a tone for the room. Just like stuff I would have never thought of. Where'd you get that idea? Was that like a Rogan thing?
No. First off, Rogan copied me with the red.
Oh yeah, I
100%.
figured he did. He's
100%.
such a piece of
He's
shit.
getting
Yeah.
so much slack for that, though.
I think he
Yeah.
follows me on one of his shadow
He
accounts.
almost got canceled for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, the thing with the red was like it just worked with the gray.
And it's like a horny color too. You put a red light bulb in your lamp in
I
your
used to
bedroom.
Like the red light
I
district,
used
all
to-
that kind of
on.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
used to keep a red
Yeah,
light
red light
in my
district.
bedroom just for that reason.
See?
Yeah.
Because it's the
That's what I'm
perfect
saying.
amount of light.
Yeah, it's seduction, right? So I'm trying to get.
Right.
I
you
tried to get him to change it to purple yesterday.
See, obviously,
So
I
here's
don't
the-
keep
no.
lights in my bedroom.
Here's the thing about like the lighting, right? So the lighting is like cameras don't pick up naturally blues, purples, and those cooler colors as well. It all looks white, right? So the warmer things like red, orange, gold comes off, and you can actually feel the color. Versus like the way it would have to be for the live stream, if you wanted like a purple background, you would have to do editing with the color correction in the video, which you couldn't do with you really couldn't do that with the live stream.
It's like a filter kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So like I did a picture.
Natural filter.
I can edit.
I saw the picture of
filters
just
over here.
the room itself that and it looked real good.
Well, so the concept is to create like first off, it's like it is. I want to find a way to make this an experience. So people like, man, you go do the Fast Life podcast. It's just dope. I want it to be.
It
coming
is,
here.
and it's very professional, especially when you're getting guys like Covington in here, and like this is a
I
professional.
haven't
as
had
fuck
them in
looking
here, but
thing.
eventually.
Oh, you didn't do
I
it
will.
here?
No, I did it in their kitchen.
Oh, I thought you did it here.
Professional.
Professionally in there.
The only other
Hey,
thing
you
that's
had,
like tattooing is podcasting. I've done it in kitchens, bedrooms, bathrooms, fucking everything
Yeah.
in
You
between.
had
I've
Rick
done it-
Fairless.
The back of a van.
I haven't done him yet.
I thought you did him.
No.
Oh, you know who did? Danger Dan.
Danger
I think.
Dan did.
Yeah, that's right.
So me and
His
Rick were,
show's so much better.
Yeah, it is.
I'm available anytime you're ready, Dan.
I wouldn't talk any shit, man. Jason's been holding on to that Snap-on thing for about 20 minutes now. He's
Right.
ready to fuck
This is
you
what
up.
you give me by a $7,000 toolbox.
Oh shit.
A little snap-on thing. But no, like you want to create an experience, and like we're not in the West Coast, right? So we don't have like an LA office, and
Right.
everybody that's coming to LA can, so Texas is kind of out of the way. But if you're traveling, it's a good waypoint.
At least it's not like San Antonio, which is like nobody
Yeah.
drives through San Antonio.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it's
There's
so
no
far
reason to
south.
do
Way
Yeah.
too far south. At least Dallas is like, oh, we're going from New Mexico to Oklahoma.
Or Atlanta,
It's not
whatever. I
much
mean, you're cutting
farther.
through
Yeah.
on 20, so.
It's a good spot. It's not too far. Like Florida is out of the way. Nobody drives through Florida.
Yeah, like if you're in Florida, you're there for a reason.
Yeah.
The Campout.
Yeah. But I mean, Florida is like the most visited vacation place. Like I've never met a person who hasn't been to Florida.
Yeah,
I've never been to Florida.
What?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to go to Louisiana instead of the Campout?
No. I'm
He's
going,
going
to the
there.
Campout.
He's going to do both.
I'm going to do both. I've been to Louisiana. I've been to New Orleans.
I
and
don't
done
think
all
he
that
needs
shit.
to do Louisiana. I think that,
That's what I said.
So,
Skip Louisiana. You trying to get robbed? You're not gonna have a bike.
Well,
ride.
here's what happened. This we had a fucking debacle on our fucking group chat because, like I said, I plan trips a lot, so I understand what it is to plan your day to do something, right? And Jesse hasn't done that yet, so he's like, "Oh, we're gonna leave Dallas and we're gonna go to New Orleans
And then I was
Friday.
like, we're just going to.
Friday, right?"
And then we were going to go from New Orleans to all the way to the
So
Campout.
you're gonna go all the way to Florida for one night.
Because you're gonna get there at night, and you're gonna be like, "All right, time to turn around," and it's like you kind of.
Well, I was trying to-
That's 600 miles.
I was
from
trying to
New-
avoid
from
taking off
New
work,
Orleans.
but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, might as well just fucking.
ride with the group,
Yeah.
party with us. And,
The thing
and
is that like
Panhandle?
it's exactly what we were saying about earlier. It's like, look, the experience is with the group. If you alienate yourself from everybody else, then you don't have these connections with all these other people because you didn't share the experience
Still
with them.
gonna leave my ass if I break down.
No, we're not.
No.
Dude.
I thought that's what we do.
Justin broke down half a dozen times on the way to Sturgis, and we just put up with it.
Oh, he only broke down once on the way back from Sturgis when I was with him. Same problem, that carburetor
same
bracket.
problem.
But
See, the thing is, he's probably traumatized because I say that, like, look, get your shit together before you try to ride across country with me. But then it's usually me that's fucking up, and I'm like, hey guys, just one more minute. Let me just tighten this. And then
Dude,
we're
on the
gonna
way
be
to
good."
Sturgis, his fucking primary on his FXR was leaking, and by the time I got there, I had bought new shoes to like ride out there, and just because I was gonna trash
Covered
them
in
anyway.
oil.
Yeah, dude, covered in oil. Like and good thing they were like blue denim-ish kind of like Vans.
Yeah.
But they were like my left side was black.
Yeah, Justin's
was
bike
your
was
fast
leaking
side.
out of everything. Fork seal was leaking. Primary was leaking. Air
That's me
cleaner
having
falling off.
COVID.
Yeah, I forgot to switch it. My bad. I was
I've
talking.
already got that stuff. Wait, is there a camera on you?
No.
Oh.
We can turn one on him.
So
No,
that's
somebody even said, "Why aren't we seeing Jax Taylor?" And I said,
So
"Jason,
here's
Jason,
why-
Because-
I saw that
because
joke when you
all
started
you're
talking
gonna-
about the shoes. I was going to make a
Jason-
joke about them being white. But
Jace
Because-
didn't want my good looks distracting
All you're
everyone.
gonna be concentrated on is how gorgeous the guy with the fucking headphones on is.
So the thing is, like I said, I told you what these cameras cost, and I'm gonna buy one more, and I want to put it at the end of the table right there, so it captures the entire room.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have 3 camera angles. That way, people can see the whole shit show that's going
Yeah,
on.
they can see the whole
You're getting
butthole,
some-
dude.
and it'd be really
Fucking
broken too.
money
'Cause
in
then
this
that's where
room.
you'll get the
So
what do they call
basically, this camera's $1,000. So if I save up my Patreon for the next couple of months,
Months, people.
I can probably buy
Get on
one
it.
more.
Get on it. You like the podcast? Pay for that shit. Support your friends.
You know, the other thing we've been trying to do with the Patreon is doing like content that we just released on Patreon. Have you listened to any of that shit yet?
On the way here, for some reason when I downloaded it,
You have the app. Like Patreon has an app.
Right.
Yeah.
and I downloaded that extra with Cody and James
Uh-huh.
and Kyle maybe.
Did you listen to the one with me,
And
Jesse,
Kyle,
and,
yeah.
and
Oh,
Darley?
dude, we were fucking
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
Dude, did you listen to the whale joke?
I don't remember. I don't remember it.
I want to listen to it now, dude.
Dude, it's the funniest thing. Well, for us, because I was high and he was drunk.
Dude,
But-
I hadn't been that drunk in fucking years.
Well, Craig's in town.
Get ready.
Well, it was
Dude.
Vegas, so because we went to
I changed my
Walmart.
name to Vegas.
huh?
We went to Walmart.
Yeah, well, for one,
And we did a bunch.
Yeah, so we bought a bunch of beer to keep in the room, but
We turned the room, so when SEMA,
we
Sherman
turned it into
Williams,
like a podcast studio, basically.
yeah,
Okay.
Sherman Williams hit me up and said, hey, we looking for a bike to bring here.
I didn't realize that was his real name.
Garley? Adam?
Sherman Williams.
No, Sherman
I know.
Williams.
Yeah, so basically we turned it into like a podcast studio, and then we had bought a bunch of beer and shit, and then we went to Twin Peaks, and you know how when you like you can buy that big ass mug, so then I literally just had this mug the rest of Vegas, and I was pouring beers in it just all day every day, and by the end of the day every day I was like completely fucking trashed off like PBRs and stuff.
Hell
So
yeah.
then we did that podcast, and then he did that fucking whale joke. I was talking about throwing zebras out of the fucking window. I don't know.
Remember I was telling you, like, I had a Snickers in my pocket. I don't know if I ate it.
What the fuck?
So this is the context, though. This is the context. So the first podcast we did in Vegas was with Darren McKeag, right?
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
real good friends with
Oh, and I came
Bare
in
Knuckle
at the end of that, and
Yeah.
that's when I had just went and gambled, and
You won like
I won like $300. So okay. First off, here's backstory. I went to Vegas with $400. That's all I had
Where did you stay?
with them for free, and
Oh.
I rode with them for free
Why did you gamble?
because.
Did you have a
win
amount
in
of
Vegas.
money that you were allowed to lose? Because I would just put it on black and walk away.
because this is what happened. I went and I was like, I was like, I'm gonna give myself $50 to
You
gamble
couldn't
with.
get like a hooker that wasn't in an establishment for that.
Dude, so I gave
I heard.
myself a $50, thing I could gamble with. I was like, if I lose $50, it's whatever. I'll still make it the whole week. So I get there, and it was like the second machine I sit in, and there's some dude who's been there all night. He's like sitting on this machine, losing, and I sit right next to him. I put money in, or the little voucher, I put the voucher in, and I spin it, and I won the first fucking roll, $300-something. And it was double the amount of money, that I had. So I was like, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm out, So
We're going to the bunny ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got like $600, And so I won all that fucking money. I went back in there, and then they were doing that fucking podcast with Darren McKeag, or McKeag and everything. And then they started talking about gambling themselves, and we got on the subject of like, if I had won like $5,000.
What would you have done with it?
Yeah, and I was like, I made a joke about, does this even fit in my bank account? Because I've never seen that kind of money.
never deposited that kind of money yet. So.
And it's like, do I have to walk? Do I walk into a different door?
Yeah.
Who do I talk to?
Do I get my own teller?
But this
Yeah.
is the funny thing about it is like when me and Darren did this podcast, we immediately, as both of us sat down, we both put in edibles.
Mhm.
So Jesse
Put
kind
in
of
edibles. It's not like you put them in your ass or something.
Player one.
I put him in my butt.
Yeah. I put 'em- it's like the alcohol thing. Yeah.
So it absorbs faster. So then Jesse kind of comes in right at the time when they start kicking in.
Right.
And
Perfect timing.
it was just like I said, the context of this situation, like if you're listening to the podcast and it's like, maybe you don't get it, right? Maybe you don't understand why things are funny because you're not sitting in the room right now experiencing it, right? But
Cameras help.
if you go, yeah, the cameras do help. So it's like if you were to go ever ask Darren about that situation, he'll be like, yo, dude, this shit was it was an experience, right?
Yeah.
That's why when you hear like the Joe Rogan experience, it's an experience to do these things.
I never thought about that way. Yeah.
He said he stole that name from the Jimi Hendrix
yeah.
experience.
Oh, what was that?
A
Jimi Hendrix
A
experience.
band?
Jimi
That was
That was the name of the band.
That was what he called them. That was the name of him. Like,
Yeah.
that was him and his
See,
band.
I'm not a fan of that. I think that's phoning it in. Was he good?
Was he good?
Who the fuck is this guy?
How's he
Turn
doing
his
now?
mic off.
Does he still make music now?
Yeah, is he retired? I've never heard of him. Jesse's about to throw something at me.
Yeah.
You can't see him.
But no, so like I don't know why we got on that topic, but it was we were trying to do the Patreon thing.
Yeah, you definitely need to check it out, though.
piss real quick?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'll turn your mic off.
This is Scott. He's a tattoo artist. You want to take over?
No, I'm good. We'll wait on you to come back.
do
We'll
something.
just have dead air for however long it takes you.
Hold your breath.
I feel like you just almost took that TV out, though.
I bet the cameras all shook as he walked out.
You can hear him walking down the steps.
Nah, he didn't do it.
No, I didn't shake. We're good.
Bummer.
Slam the cabinet one more time. What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess somebody's knocking the table or something.
You shouldn't hear any of that. You hear that? Badly?
Yeah. Not bad. Just you hear it.
Dude, so like when I was on this
But
last
I think it's when he's moving that bottle. Because the bottle makes a lot of fucking noise.
Oh, this one? Yeah.
Yeah, that bottle. Let's see how long we can have dead air until people get uncomfortable.
Start watching the viewer count go down.
Only 5 people like it. Thanks, guys.
So far,
It's like my mom, my grandma, Jesse's girlfriend.
There he comes.
Oh, thank God.
So dead in here.
Wow. How do you have a podcast with without your guest, you know?
Yeah.
The host left.
No, the host is still here.
I didn't even wash my hands, and I forgot to flush.
Okay.
I'm back.
I'm glad you're here though.
Just
Take
said
a breath.
stadiums.
Take a breath.
Holy shit.
Dude, I know what you mean.
Right?
Like, coming up the stairs.
Are you in a
You
hurry?
get back into piss break, you're like, okay, 1 minute.
You do the fourth quarter.
Hey, we told you it was going to be an experience.
Jace Hudson experience.
No, it's
Just like that James guy. Hendrix.
James.
He made that whiskey, right? No, the
James.
gin. Hendrix gin. Is that what he's famous for?
All right, dude. Somebody get this man some grenadine.
I'm already uncomfortable.
That was
Who the fuck drinks liquor in the middle of the day on a Saturday?
It's the morning.
Well, no, it's like the mid-afternoon.
Well, it started in the morning.
We
You
got
can't
up
drink all
early.
day if you don't start in the morning.
Our day started early, so.
Our day hasn't ended from last day.
Yeah, we didn't get much.
I think they call that yester.
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 What do you mean by all this yester shit?
Hey, man, put on some of that James Hendrix.
We're going to have to Uber to fucking Strokers.
He's trying to drink a Monster, sober him up.
I'm good.
Dude, get this man some food.
I love it.
How about we get some food here in town before we leave?
No.
We got pizza in the trash.
We had a party last night.
Yeah, no.
It was the, hey, welcome to Dallas, Craig party that
I
Craig
didn't
didn't
show
show up
up.
to.
Yeah, it was a welcome party that you weren't at.
I know. It was like everybody I
big
know in
surprise.
Dallas was in one spot.
You
and I
didn't
know.
get to have the first part of the experience, man.
I know. Well, maybe if somebody would have texted me and said, hey, come here. We're waiting on you.
Oh, that is Jace's fault. He's real bad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, dude.
Surprise! You didn't even tell me to come here. For all you know, I was going to Dallas to get a hotel in there.
Yeah, the last minute we just decided. We said we were looking at the time and the clock, and we're like, man, everyone's probably gonna go to bed by the time we get there.
We can either ride all night and get there, and everybody's like, "Good to see you," going to bed,
Or we can go to Hooters
stop
and
at
Texarkana.
What time did y'all make it to
Fucked.
Texarkana?
About 8. No, about 10.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
it's
left.
like 9:30,
We
10.
left Little Rock at 8.
We've
Would've
been here.
at
We would
midnight.
been that picture y'all posted at like what 12:30. We would have been here after that photo was taken.
No, right
yeah.
about 12.
Yeah, about the time that-
Yeah.
And everybody would have been like, "Cool, man, glad you made it."
We're all
going
done.
to
We're
bed.
out.
Yeah.
So
We're
we were
out.
like,
There's some
let's
pizza
stop
left
in
over.
Texarkana and get a night out of this. 'Cause it's a Friday night, and I don't get a lot of days off. And, oh, did you put your...
Did I put my what?
I thought you put your hand up and I missed it. Do you want
What? Oh, am I
talk?
asking questions? Is that what we're doing now?
Do you want to do it?
My turn?
Do you want to high five?
Oh, high five?
It didn't make a noise. He's not good at it.
There's you.
Maybe a little less bitch.
Son.
What?
Young. Wait, what's your last name? I was going to say Young Hudson, but I don't
No,
think your last
he's-
name's Hudson.
He's a Russell,
Yeah,
man.
I'm a Russell, dude.
Oh, that's right. I knew that.
Yeah. If you go to Tennessee and you check up the Russells, the white trash, he is trash.
Russell is the most hell yeah brother name I've ever heard of.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Don't want to
It's hard.
tussle with a Russell, buddy.
Oh. He's a rustler.
Y'all need some fucking food, man.
Nah, we're good.
There's
Don't
a
you
Whataburger
fucking
up the
judge
street.
us over there.
It's fucking Saturday, dude.
Don't
We
you
can't
judge me with those judgy eyes. Don't you look at me with those What is it? It's a movie quote.
Church bitch, don't look at
Oh.
me with those fucking judgmental eyes. You church bitch.
Oh,
or
that's
some
from
shit.
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking pull it out fast enough.
That's what she said.
No, it's not.
I feel like, the only thing I feel like there needs to be like clutter on the table with shit.
Just
Yeah.
to look like it's
no,
lived
we
in.
need
No,
like
like the little
half
bobbleheads
smoked. We
and all
need
the
half
little-
smoked
No, it's-
cigarettes, an ashtray.
So like this is my thing. Like I haven't done it yet because I want to get some pictures printed out of like some of the things that we've done. Like bikes, like the picture of me and all the dudes from last year's Cali ride, where we were all at White Sands, and this photographer was there, and he shot a photo of us, and it's a dope photo. And I want to get it printed out and put it in here. That way there's, like, shit going on that where you could be like, not that if you have a dead part of the conversation, but there's just so much shit to talk about.
Like, so where was that taken?
Well, that picture y'all took this Sturgis with all y'all in the helmets on.
Yeah.
That's a super rad photo.
That was a dope picture. I shared that. That was a cool picture.
You should have been there.
Yeah.
I wish I was, but I don't remember where I was that day because I drink.
Yeah, I like Power Rangers too.
Can we turn on him now instead of turning on me?
But no, that's the thinking about like what to put on the table. No, Jesse, my idea yesterday for the table.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So I've been buying all these fucking Easy Rider magazines down here, and they all have the centerfolds in it.
Are those old ones?
Yeah, the fold-out poster.
That's from 01, so my graduation year.
20 years.
So on eBay, there's certain companies
They
that
still have titties in 01?
yeah, they were pretty.
Titties have been around.
It was
since
like
the
early
beginning.
boob. Have you ever seen what was that? I don't know. I'm not getting into that. So, you can on eBay there's guys that sell like the complete years for like $50-$60.
That's worth
So
it.
so I think that's all of 2001. Every magazine with the centerfolds, with like any
Motorcycle shops need to have these on their waiting room table.
exactly. So what I want to do is on this table, I want to take a couple of years and cut out every centerfold with the titties and the bikes, and put them all on the table,
Epoxy
and
it
then
down.
like epoxy it.
man. Yeah. Hell yeah.
That way, when you're sitting here, you're like maybe listening to me, but you're also looking at that dude. That chick's tits right here, dude.
Between that and the lights, you're just going to have hard guesses.
Yeah, it's just like dudes are like, all right, I gotta go.
Like, he said he was going to pee.
Lot-
He's
lot
been gone
more-
for
yeah, a
20
lot more
minutes.
bathroom
What the
breaks.
hell's going on?
Quite a few more.
Dude,
Tony, King Tony had a helmet back in the sport bike days where he did that. He took a bunch of the comics, the porn comics out and cut them and stuck them all over the helmet.
I love there's a delay.
But he did that. He had it all over his helmet, and it got quite a few laughs everywhere he would go, and had a huge vagina on the back, and he wore that thing everywhere. I think he's probably still got that helmet if you ask.
Yeah, that
look at
pussy's
it.
worn out, dog.
Oh, it's a big old
Son.
flappy helmet.
Oh, flapper.
Mary Poppins pussy, dude.
That's why that kid rear-ended him. It was on the back of the helmet. It was going hard in the paint.
He's just staring
I
at
can't
fucking
blame him.
pussy.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out how to make this more of an experience.
I almost spit again.
Dude, you know what?
Dude, this podcast is only funny when I'm on here, man. I'm just
So-
saying.
I don't know. 100% of the podcasts I've been on
Are great.
are hilarious.
Yeah, I've listened to like 10
What,
minutes. Of
I
all
haven't.
of
I've never released the actual OG original drunk cast.
Dude, we need to. I don't even know
I think
if it's
I'm gonna
relevant.
put it on the Patreon.
You want Patreon
Actually-
money? Put your money where your mouth is.
Dude, I
the
don't even
problem
know,
is that it's embarrassing.
yeah, I don't even know if it's
dude,
relevant
I'm
anymore.
not going to listen to this because I'm already embarrassed.
Okay.
But really, the drunk cast that we did, it was like what 2 years ago.
No, it was like
Before,
very very beginning podcast. Like,
yeah. So I don't even know if what we were talking about is even relevant or.
it's definitely not relevant.
He's on there just going, man, fuck the new Softail.
Yeah, he's probably saying fuck the new Softail and fuck Big Wheel Bagger
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done meat is the way to go.
And well done, dude. Actually, we should. Yeah, let's post this because
That'd be great. It's a
Everybody
good
will just
throwback for
roast
the
you.
OGs.
Well, that's fine. Like it's part of being a superstar. It's being roasted.
Nobody laughed.
I laughed.
I held it back.
He's really making me feel uncomfortable in my own place.
You're about to get fired again, dude. On your probationary day back. I heard he's not even going to show up for the next one. What was that?
I'm drinking straight fucking Crown Royal right now.
You think this is Sprite?
I don't know, but you don't drink it all because I want to try that before I don't want to do it now because I'm already drunk.
How about you don't tell me how to live my life?
This is turning into a drunk cast.
You want to arm wrestle?
Dude, yes, actually.
It depends which arm, actually.
Dude, we have cameras. Let's arm wrestle, dude. I will never turn that shit down.
Over the top?
Yeah.
Just yell over the top and regrip it and fucking bring it. What is going on right now?
As a truck driver, that's his.
Bro, it's fucking 2.
Dude, I need powder before I can arm wrestle.
What?
He just throws it on.
What we need is like
I cannot wait to hear your next podcast today.
I can't even.
We're going that way.
Dude,
Get your shit together.
He finishes.
This is not professional.
He loses, and he's like, "Oh, I got a rash near my armpit now, dude. What the fuck?"
No, like, I want to get one of those little things like when you go like play pool. It's got the little stand that you just like rub.
Look at this on the camera.
Watch the camera.
It's not gonna show up.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Right now.
It is.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, we apologize for the audio listeners.
Hey, you should watch the YouTube, dude.
Yeah, watch the YouTube.
So no, like you just have one of those in the corner that if any time like I have to challenge a guest, I'll be like, look, dude, you want to fuck with me right now, bro? Like powder up. You know what I mean? Let's get this shit going. And all of a sudden we just whip out a thing that goes on a table with a fucking like holder.
dick.
No, it could be a dick, but it's like metal. And you're like, and then you just play it like that, and then
Oh, you mean the grip?
the grip. So
Yeah.
But it could be a dick. It could be a
Yeah.
if you take one of these metal poles and then you just hollow out the big,
No, it's just a suction cup one.
and then it has
It's
to
like-
have, it can't have a gummy worm
It'd
dick.
be way funnier if it popped off in the middle.
Like, oh, what am I doing?
I'm about to mute all of y'all. It's just gonna be me.
So you're trying to make money off YouTube? You
Kinda.
shouldn't have had Craig on.
Oh fuck.
It's weird,
man.
like watching yourself though.
It's distracting. I'm trying to decide if this is good for guests. The comments are, those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like watching yourself and then you're like self-conscious. You're like, okay, tuck the fucking extra chin in.
Sit up straight, faggot.
Yeah.
You're the only one that hasn't said Peggy yet, dude. Are you into this or what? Are you woke?
I'm trying to help it keep it
I'm
going
about to
for a
be
little bit longer.
asleep.
I'm about to be asleep.
Dude. So down south Campout
Yeah, dude, check it out.
When's that happening again?
tomorrow.
Down south Campout.
It is happening.
You're pouring more and more each time, you know that.
Dude,
Dude, you've almost killed that whole handle.
that's on a handle.
I mean, that whole bottle. Whatever.
I thought I was drinking with men.
Hey, throw that over here.
Why'd you put the thing in?
You want one?
Oh.
Huh? Because he was
Back
talking
on
about.
that topic,
Yeah, we were trying to get back on the down south Campout.
and that way we're not looking at ourselves.
You got to pay your guests somehow. I mean, just saying. You got to pay the talent.
I pay an exposure.
This
sir.
the camp out.
Exposure for what? I can't make any money.
The spot
You
we're staying
figure it
at, is that ship thing you were talking about too?
So they got a ship there. It's a ship on land. It's built up to look like a cool old pirate ship, and there's they have plaques all over it of bikers, and their ashes are inside the ship. So all these bikers that have passed away, they put their ashes.
Wow, it went from real sentimental.
Literally, kind of.
I was almost gonna shed a tear.
Their asses too, or technically they're too, in the ship, and they put their name on a plaque on the side of the ship, so like bikers can live at the place forever. It's really, really neat.
That's kinda cool,
place.
though.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be
Yeah.
like just an open field. That's what I'm saying.
They got bars on the
Yeah.
outside that are made out of school buses. They got goats walking around.
They have goats?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not going.
Well, you can't have sex with them.
I used to have a goat. They're fucking assholes.
Yeah, when you try to put your dick in them.
When you try to put their dick in them. You ever try to put your dick in you, dude?
When they try.
Come on, man.
I'm not the one staring at me.
Yeah, I'm staring at all y'all.
Hey.
Woo! You want to ride bikes?
I mean, we're at 2 hours now.
Responsible. We gonna cut
What
off.
does that mean? We're cutting us off?
2:30. We cut off.
Why?
Because we need to
'Cause
eat
it's
Because
food.
we're gonna go to the
responsible.
dentist. You get it? You get it?
Yeah, we
It's
gotta eat
responsible.
food. We gotta eat food, too.
Shit.
Your boys.
I didn't think I was gonna last 45 minutes. I was like, I ain't got nothing to talk about.
Dude, you got a lot.
Got plenty to talk about.
Yeah, man.
You know what? My buddy Adam Garley just sent me some photos. Well, they're out there at V-Twin Visionary. I just want to say, looks like it's raining, bro.
Oh, it started
that's
yesterday,
great.
actually.
The first up north camp out I went at for Steve Chamberlain's camp out, I went in my truck because I couldn't get the bike up there. And I was like, well, I'd rather just be there. And you guys are going to ride all day. I'll just party with you at night. It rained the whole fucking time. So nobody could go riding. So they partied with me all day and all night. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I was so happy it was raining.
Well, that's the point about these campouts, and that's the other thing that happens a lot too, where people are hey man, what's the weather looking like? It's looking like whatever the fuck it's gonna be.
We're not fair
nerd.
weather bikers, faggot.
I was
I
gonna
saw
say,
you mouth it.
nerd. It's like, dude, it's not.
I take it.
It just come. Like, it's gonna be rainy. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. Like, that should not dictate your life.
Like your thought, which I agree with. If you're gonna ride cross country, don't check the weather.
Just be prepared.
Yeah, because
If you're going that far,
it's
spoiler
gonna
alert,
change.
you're gonna hit some rain.
Yeah, it's gonna change too.
Ride through it.
You know, so it's like you're just gonna discourage yourself from when to even go. You're
There's
like,
nothing wrong with like checking the weather to kind of like manage some of the like immediate things, but like I'm not gonna check the weather for 14 days from now and be like, oh well, it looks like it's gonna rain, then I'm just gonna cancel that. Look, like there's been times where it would say like on our camp out, we always have done it late April, right? It's fucking April showers, motherfucker. Like there's R&B songs about this stuff, right?
It hailed last year.
Yeah,
You know,
for
it's
like
funny.
5 minutes, and then it was hot as fuck and dry.
and that was cool.
Yeah, it's funny. So the rain was coming in, and I had a bike cover. So I'm like, I'm just gonna throw my bike cover on because I just got a new seat with white stitching. I'm gonna try to save it a little bit. Put the bike cover on, and Cody's wife Ashley was like, "Why are you so extra?" And I was like, "Whatever." Like, I'm just
Why'd
trying
you say it like you were black?
Because that's how she said it. That's how she said it.
I don't think you can do that. I'm trying to get monetized.
I don't have a business that can be canceled.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Just think about me when you say things like that.
Anyway, it starts fucking hailing, and she's out there throwing flannels on Cody's paint job trying to save it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
who extra now? It was funny.
Yeah, that's
Be
what
there.
when I was saying we were going to Sturgis, there's a lot of folks that have been before, and they were just talking the whole time like, "Oh, it sucks. It's going to rain." You know, like you're
Every
saying.
night.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, that's just part
Dude,
of
really
it.
lucky.
There were nights where we were like James, myself, we were all sitting there outside holding our tent from the wind that was coming in from these fucking massive storms that
remember
moved
that.
across Wyoming and
We had
shit.
to shut our doors. Yeah, it was horrible.
Dude, when we were out in fucking Sturgis, there was a field fire that started from one of the storms that came through while we were at what show is that?
We were at the Baddest Bagger show.
Yeah.
What, in Sturgis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the year that me and him went,
So a storm came through
it
there,
wasn't really,
and it was like a lightning storm, and it hit the fucking plains, and it caught fire to some of the areas.
Oh, shit.
yeah. So the year so in 17 when me and Jesse went, like it was kind of Big Will Bagger still ruled the fucking streets, right? So like we went to the Baddest Bagger show, but he was on my blue Dyna and I rode my gold FXR. And that was the first year that MJK came down there, and
Nerd.
nerd. He actually got
Canceled?
Nice.
he got shunned out real quick. Now he's actually shunned out by his own fucking peers. So it's pretty cool how it works out that way. Looks like the Big Will Bagger people are like prophets or psychics or foreseers or whatever you would say. I don't know. Foreskins.
Dawkins.
I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm supposed to help this
Help
conversation.
me out, dude.
No, just edit that out.
Yeah. There's no editing. We're live.
But no, to go back what you were saying, like, you know, the weather's going to be what the weather is. Like,
Yeah.
be there, enjoy it. You ride. If you go out and do extra riding, it is what
Put
it
a
is.
lot
But
of put a lot of eggs in that basket of fair weather bikers. Like, I don't know, man. It looks like it might rain. I don't know if I want to be your friend. Like, just go and
Yeah.
tough it out. You know what creates more of a bond? Getting blown over in a tent with your buddies.
Yeah.
That creates friends for
That
life.
shit's fun.
That sounds gay.
Getting
I mean,
blown.
not in the same tent. Okay.
Getting blown in a tent by your brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What
that's
club are
not
you
gay.
in, dude?
God damn it.
What kind of club are you in, bro?
Delete us.
Delete us? You're going to get canceled for sure
Yeah,
now.
I'm getting canceled. Sorry.
You misogynistic pig.
They're gonna shut your shit down.
So there
Campout
will
just
be
got
no
boycotted.
leaders at the down south camp out.
Your camp out just got boycotted.
You're really bad.
He's a woman hater.
He's really bad at PR.
Right? I could never work for a big
It's
company.
like, hey guys, here's the deal. No chicks are going to be at this camp out.
So I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
Keep getting fired everywhere else. I had to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Me too, dude. Don't worry.
As you
I
work
keep
for
getting
another guy.
fired from my brother.
Do better.
Shit. Well,
Yeah,
what's
y'all-
next?
Y'all, what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
Where are
one?
we going?
Lunch.
Lunch?
We're gonna do lunch in a minute. Yeah.
I think that's
it.
Do you have anything else you need to say about the camp out? We touched on it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm super hyped for it. I
So
think
on the 5th, again, Orange Beach Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Then on the 6th, we'll be arriving between 5 and 7 p.m.
Yeah, I think
Meet us
anyone
there.
that's listening to this, if you're coming from Texas, there's gonna be a group. So I mean, I'm sure someone can
If
get
you
on
come
there
from
and
the West, or if you got
find
an extra
a
day
Reach
off,
out to what's Jaden's Instagram looks like.
FDXLR.
it should be Dragon Kicks
2014.
Ass 420.
He should change his handle
Yeah,
to
he's
Dragon.
changed it
Yeah.
to Dragon something.
But I think it's
He's in my phone under Dragon.
yeah.
Dragging these nuts across your mouth.
another
There's
day.
gonna be plenty. There's plenty of groups all kind of.
It's Dyna FXDL214. I wonder if the 214 is for our area code here.
I doubt.
I thought it was. I don't know why I ever read that as a 2014. I never noticed there wasn't a 0 in there.
Maybe
I just thought his
born
bike was a
in
2014.
2014.
Maybe. Or,
Maybe.
Reborn.
Oh, maybe he's a Christian.
Oh, poor guy. All right. They can follow you at
Tarpon. You pronounce
Tarp.
it
Tarp
Tarpon,
on.
not Tarpon.
Tarp on turbo.
That's how I've
Y'all
always
do
done
me
it.
dirty every time with Tarpon.
Dude,
I just won't do you at all.
It's
Tejas.
Tarpon.
We're from
It's
Tejas,
Tarpon,
man.
like the fish. Tarpon Turbo,
Oh.
like
Wow.
American Gladiators.
So where'd that
and a
name
fish.
come from, anyways?
Oh, do you want to get into that?
Yeah.
Okay. Me and my boy Sean Bryant were watching American Gladiators one Saturday, drinking, and
So you're
How
an
old were
adult.
you?
I was like 23. And I said, hey, can you guys start calling me Turbo? And they're like, no, absolutely not.
Can you guys start going with Turbo?
No, it keeps going. He's like, no, absolutely not. We go to parties like later that night, and they're like, hey, what's your name? I'm like, hey, Turbo. And they're like, his name's Craig. And they don't call him Turbo. They start calling my buddy Ben, whose nickname is Party, they start calling him Turbo just to piss me off. They're like, oh, Turbo's here. I'm like, don't you fucking do that. That's my goddamn nickname. So I put on Facebook, way back.
Yeah.
For now on, everybody addressed me as Turbo. And I worked at a strip club at the time, bouncing. And my manager / DJ saw it. And from then on, at the strip club, on the microphone, be like, Turbo, we need you at the front door, Turbo back door, Turbo the bar. So it's Turbo everything. So on my birthday one year, we had this like big dinner, like 30 of us. And I was with my friend Sean. And they're like, I get a call from my manager. Said, hey, we're having a scream and orgasm contest. Do you want to come manage it? Because I know it's your birthday. I'm like, yeah, like obviously. So we leave the dinner. Me and Sean go there to, did I say manage? I meant judge it.
Okay. How do you judge an orgasm contest?
You like sit there and behind where you can't see the girls, and then they
Would
do
everyone
their
get you
best
more excited?
orgasm, and then you judge them, who the winner is. And
I
there's
thought you got squirted on or something.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Like you just got like a wetsuit and like goggles, and you're like, that was good. I like that one.
So we walk in the front door, and the DJ's immediately like, we got Turbo in the house, Turbo. And he like looks at me like, you motherfucker. I'm like, yo, Turbo fucking happened. And now like if I don't feel like going out and drinking or something, they'll be like, we'll call you Turbo all night. And I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. Like, so it's
So
like a whole inside story.
Yeah, where'd the
Tarpon, I
Tarpon.
live in Tarpon Springs, Florida. So Tarpon's a town I come from.
Yeah.
You should have been Turbo of Tarpon.
That's too much. Tarpon Turbo. It's
Well, like the
but
whole
everybody
nick-
says Tarpon. Like Steve says Tarpon.
I
too.
say
I'm like,
that.
it's Tarpon, like the fish.
Tarpon Turbo is
It's
how I
Tarpon.
say it.
Tarpon, like
Tarpon
the fish.
Turbo.
Tarpon.
Yeah. So Tarpon Turbo is you can reach me on there. Instagram, Craig Trufant on Facebook, whatever.
Tarpon.
Tarpon.
Turbo.
Spells like it sounds like tarpon, but
Unless
it's,
you've ever fished. It's a tarpon.
Yeah, I'm an adult. In the 2000s, right? Fish are everywhere at the grocery store. Why do I got to fish? It's like the most boring thing in the world.
fishing's actually pretty dope, man. I can't have it.
Don't even.
Yeah. Eat dicks.
Fishing's gay
Wow.
as AIDS. Had to get that in there.
Now you're canceled. That's
All
the
right.
one that put you over the top.
Cancel this podcast. We're done.
Scott, what's your tattoo page?
We're not talking tattoos. We're about to
Yeah,
camp
what's
out.
your tattoo page? Somebody might like your voice and want to put it in you.
Wheelo_EPT, like the pregnancy test, but that's Electric Panther tattoo.
It's got better.
Well, I didn't notice it until after I already made like stickers and stuff, and I'm like, man, this is a pretty shitty Instagram
I like
name.
when people like really like. Unfortunately, Jaden has a really weak ass Instagram name that we're
it's his
actually
bike.
we're gonna hang out with him later on today, and his shit's getting changed today.
We're gonna intervene.
100%.
He has
Intervention
to
him?
have dragon in his hand.
Right? He got the tattoo. Did we tell that story on this podcast?
It's on their Sturgis.
It's on the
podcast.
Sturgis.
Yeah.
On the yeah.
Go back, listen to the Sturgis podcast.
The best
Figure
part
out
of the
how Dragon
Sturgis
became Dragon.
podcast is when Kyle lets everybody know what the sound. What the sound of the Old Faithful makes right before it blows.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I want to integrate that into the intro, like so it says.
You should take the
You
best
guys ready
clips
to-
and
hey,
then
you
add
guys-
them all to the intro.
Hey, you guys ready to let the dogs out? And then Kyle comes in.
That would be amazing.
The best, dude.
Oh, God.
That's the plan.
Is that a laugh track?
Yeah.
Do we just put laugh tracks in there?
Yeah, I just
the
put a
very
lot-
end.
Where were these the whole time these jokes weren't landing?
I was trying to find the. Oh, that one's great.
Are they hearing this?
Yeah, they are.
Probably barely.
Barely.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Thank you, guys. We out. See you at the Down South Campout.
I was gonna let the crickets run.